Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Just gonna go do my hair, splash some water on my face, and then we are on. Probably about 9:44, 9:45 at the very latest. Just gonna go do my hair, splash some water on my face, and Okay. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, and we are going to present your host, the Crypto Lifer. That's just me. That was me introducing me. Not a big deal. Anyway, shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Hope you're having a great day. Good morning, wherever you are in the world. Bitcoin bulls, unite. Bitcoin bulls, unite. I figured out how to get everything back. You just shake it. Shake it to get it back. Click on it again, shake it to get it back. Ooh, I figured it out, baby. I figured it out. Okay. So many smart objects here. All right, shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Hope you're having a wonderful day out here doing your thing in the crypto space. I'm gonna bring that music down a little bit for me. Gonna bring it down a little bit for you. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at CoinMarketCap. It is a sea of red today. So we might as well start off with just kind of looking at the overall market. Then we're gonna get into my Bitcoin analysis. And I'll tell you, I've been holding back the trading. Not jumping into everything so fast, right? But right now, Bitcoin's sitting at $47,000. Not too bad, down 8% in the last 24 hours. I told you we're going to see an upswing to the 54K area, 51K, and then we're going to come back down, right? We're going to talk about what I saw. We're going to show you the projection that I created, and we're going to go over where we're at inside that projection. So if that's something that you want to hear, want to see, if you need to know the price of Bitcoin and where it's going, you came to the right place. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Buy the dip is right. Hey, Lifer, your channel is blowing up. Almost 100 subs a day. Thank you so much for noticing. My profit on Bitcoin is exactly what I've invested over the last 2 years. Good idea to take all my profit. You think? I would never touch my Bitcoin stash. I would never sell my Bitcoin. I hate, Charlie, that is to me, when someone, the question you asked, I think is one of the most one of the most ill thought out questions. Shout out to Charlie Hatch for coming into the live stream. Much appreciated. I know it's about, 2:45 where you're at, so nice afternoon. Hope you're having a good day. Our day is just starting out here. You've already kind of lived into your day. So shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you guys so much for joining. No, we're getting more than 100 subs a day. How dare, we're getting like 200 to 300 subs a day. Anyway, yeah, no, thank you for recognizing it. Market cap today is 1.4. Okay, we came down from that 1 point. We're going to talk about the market cap total too. We're going to do what we do every single day. We're going to get to the heat of the market. We're going to do the work. This is the work. This is what a trader would do. I'm basically showing you what a trader does every single day for a living, okay? Before doing anything else, I start off with looking for the heat of the market, looking for the health of the market, right? Shout out to everyone jumping on into the live. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. 23 people watching, 13 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? That is the Lifer way. Okay. Oh, Trading View. What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me today, eh? Too much smart objects sometimes too. So that was Bitcoin dominance. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. We're going to start with Bitcoin as we do always and every day. The elephant in the room, as I say. Now, beautiful double bottom, getting caught by the 200-day moving average. I like what I see. We'll pull a Fibonacci here. Show you what I see happening. And you can see we go into the 0.5. The golden pocket is between the 0.618 and the 0.5 Fibonacci level. There's a chance we could come lower, right? The lowest we go, though, is about 40K, you know? So yes, it may not be over, but it may be. A lot of times, I'm telling you, in a bull run, especially on that 4 hour, the 200-day is the last stop. I'm going to show you the last big. Let's go over all the last crashes. And look, this is the same pattern, guys. We've been going over this as well. I can't figure out Bake. Probably need a VPN. No, you don't need a VPN, but you need a VPN for Binance, not for Bake, I don't think. Might even be the opposite. But anyway, check it out. So we came down and look, we come very close to the 200-day moving average. We double bottom and we move on out. And guys, I've been showing a lot of people that Bitcoin does the same thing. It forms what's called a rising wedge, and then it breaks out of it, double bottoms, and breaks up again. Okay, and it just does the same patterns over and over again. Like, it's just a little harder to see each time. Sometimes they're flatter, but it forms a wedge. It breaks out, it double bottoms. You can see it breaks out, double bottoms, double bottoms. And you could just continuously do this for Bitcoin, literally into eternity, into infinity, from backwards to forwards, from small time frames to big time frames. It's uncanny. There's your wedge. It falls down to a double bottom, breaks to the upside. Okay. And then you'd be like, no, but it didn't happen here though. And I'd be like, oh, well, yes, it did. Yes, it did. And you'd be like, but how though? But why? And I'd be like, well, look, where's my last wedge that we drew? Way back when? And this is some crazy key insight, because it's really like, you'd think I'm bananas, but it's actually true. It's actually true over and over and over again. Just seems to happen this way, and I can't explain it. Can't explain it. So here it is again, right? You have a falling wedge, double bottom. Falling wedge, double bottom. Then we will have some big upswings, but then look, it's the same pattern right here. Here's your falling wedge, right? And then we come down. And I've been showing people this a lot, because this is like fractal trading or pattern recognition. And there it is. And it just helps you understand the moves that Bitcoin makes and what it does. Like, there it is again. Does everyone get what I'm saying? Are you guys like freaking out? Are you just like, what? Do you think I'm crazy? I would like to know in the comment section what's going on. So let me know. Double bottom as well, right? 33 people watching, 18 likes. Can we get that to match? Now, here it is again. It forms the wedge. As I told you, sometimes the wedge is a little up, but for the most part. And look, double bottom. It's nuts, right? So we just got to identify this pattern over and over again and find it. And so let's see where we're at now with Bitcoin. They made one here again. Excuse me. It made one here, right here again. Bitcoin doing this. And then it fell out and did a double bottom to break to the upside. So let's look at the health of Bitcoin for the day. I've gone over my philosophical stuff. You can go over that again. And here it is again. Here it is again doing its thing. The wedge. Say I'm wrong. Because now we're in real time. And here we are with the wedge that fell to the bottom and did a double bottom. We're going to go to the upside at this point. I'm going to call a bottom here for Bitcoin because this is what I see happening. Look, it's this pattern right here, and we break to the upside. And then we can come back down really to this, like one of the W's. So this is what I see for Bitcoin. I'm going to grab a fractal here, and then I'm going to position it. Okay. So I'm going to grab this fractal to about, to the next wedge that then will break down to the double bottom again. You can see it's right there's your next double bottom. And then we're going to expand this to match this double bottom. Just give me a second. It takes a second to make them bigger. Right. Now this double bottom's extra wide for whatever reason. I don't know if I'll match the width of that. It's extra wide, but we'll get pretty close, okay? See what I'm saying? When I said March, we could be going sideways all the way halfway through March. Just pinging 57, 60, 56, 16, you know? You could have a massive drop. Look, from 67 all the way to 52. Everyone can say it's over. You know, but that's just another correction. So you see what I'm saying? This will learn you. This will learn you. And you'll be ready for the next move to the upside, right? It's pretty cool. We could publish this, see if it sticks. You never know. Nothing is set in stone, right? Nothing is set in stone. But this is an idea that I'm having right now, and I'm thinking about it, right? Then we're going to get into just the bare brass tacks of it, what I see, like the 1 hour wants to come down on the stochastics, and we're going to go from there. Possible Bitcoin fractal. Because this is a possible Bitcoin fractal is what I see. And don't mind my spelling. It just, I'm horrible with the typing. I type so fast that I just don't care. But I need to care better. I agree. Bam. Category. Trend analysis. Chart patterns. Technical indicators. Guam. BTC. USDT. And that will stay set in stone. Should have longed it actually, but and there you go. Bitcoin. 44 people watching, looking at that fractal. Okay, let's get a move on. What do you do in these red days? Red days. 1 inch though, my baby. As I told everyone, watch that 1 inch. 1 inch is gonna do its thing. I just kept buying 1 inch. I'm telling you, I didn't stop because I believe now 1 inch is incorporating Finance Smart Chain. You saw that? Big news for 1 inch. Huge news for 1 inch. All right. So the SEC subpoenas overstock, sees information on 2019 retail forecast. Interesting. That's just, you know how that is. Because he had that whole video about, you know, that's political. That gets insane. Anyway. Yeah, 1 inch with the big news incorporating Binance Smart Chain. Bouncing, and look, 1 inch did the same pattern as Bitcoin. It's the rising wedge here to the double bottom. Now it's breaking to the upside. Maybe Bitcoin falls the same pattern. You see what I'm saying? So 1 inch, shout out to everyone who got into 1 inch with me. I just, throughout the show, I don't know if you watched me, but I even made a buy on 1 inch live. I said, you know what? I'm just going to buy 1 inch on these dips because I know 1 inch is going to follow uni. And it's simple to me. I don't think, see, I kind of make it really simple. Like I tell myself, 1 inch will follow uni. Decentralized exchange, uni went to $20, $30 a coin. So my mind says then that's what will happen to 1 inch. 1 inch will too go to $20 to $30 a coin. And so I want to 7 to 8x my money and turn this 470 into a $32 coin. Then I'm gonna flip it on into 1 inch. And yes, it's maybe right now. People already know about it. They're already looking for the next gem, this and that, and they want 100x their money. But if I show you my 1 inch trade right now, right? We went in at February 23rd at 10 a.m. live on the live stream. Not a lot of money, 500. We went in for 498 bucks. All right, 2 days ago. Today is the 26th, 3 days. So I had to hold it for 3 days, and now we're up 38%, $193. On a 1 inch buy. That's a tiny little trade. I'm not saying it's huge, you know, but to me, yeah, a chip away is a chip away. I'll also show you my losses. I still bought some 1 inch here for a G at 486, which I'm down $20 on. And I got some reef here as well that I'm down. And I'm still holding a Doge trade still. And holding XRP, Aave, and ETH just in the bunker. Nothing else do I have on the till. Everything else is being staked or baked, if you know what I'm saying. So, got into a new liquidity pool this morning. These are pretty cool. These are rising. Let's see if they've gone up since I've looked at them because they seem to have been going up. 5,909%. Again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my life, what I was doing. So what I did is I went and got myself some bacon BNB and I staked it. And I staked not a lot, but I went to the liquidity pool here to the trade. I hit up their exchange. I hit this, I select the currency. I got some of their nugget over here. I mapped it out. So what you would do is you hit max like this, but you would hit liquidity instead. You would hit add liquidity. You would hit max on your BNB. You'd select the currency, it's nugget, right? They do it a BUSD one though, that's even more expensive. So the one you really want is the BUSD. This is the one you want right here. Bam. Do I have a little bit of BUSD? I do, but that's just not enough. You need more. But, and then you would basically supply they would show you what percentage of the pool you have and give you a baby's LP token based on that, right? Then you go back to the miner and you'd go here to Nugget BNB. You'd hit approve contract. You'd pay for the approval of the contract, 99 cents usually, and then you would stake the LP token here to gain 3,879% gains. And right now the coin is 25 bucks and it seems to be pumping pretty hard. It was 23 bucks when I got in. This seems to be, you know, what happens is, this is what happens. When these get high, people buy them to get in. So you buy them to get in, but all you have to do is just get out a couple days earlier than everybody else. Like stay in for 3 days and get out. You see what I'm saying? Don't stay in for freaking the week. And unless you want to go for the long haul, tell yourself, I'm willing to watch this go all the way back, because when everyone gets out, they're going to slang the coin as fast as they can. And the price of these usually get cut in half within a week. So I've seen this happen numerous times. And then you can still hold long term and try to make gains. Like it kind of works out either way. It's up to you though. You have to basically tell yourself what you want to do, right? Before you get into that position, just be ready. But if that's something you want to do, that's something you could do. The bear markets are useful for another one thing, accumulating, to not create bubbles. What's up, livers? I'm just pretending it's 38K right now. I'm ready. Smart man. I'm bear. I'm feeling others right now that Bitcoin's dropping below 40K for sure. No, not at all. Definitely not. I showed you the fractal Bitcoin is in. But shout out to my 1-inchers, man. Shout out to everyone following me into the 1-inch trades. I'm telling you right now, I'm honed in on it. I'm just accumulating it. I love that 1-inch is just going to form this area of accumulation. And I'm just going to take advantage of it because there's only a matter of time till my 1-inch does its thing and gets to some amazing heights. So I'll also show you what I see for 1-inch. It has on the daily what's called hidden bullish divergence, which I called out yesterday. Called out the other day too. This was an old trade. But if you see here, hidden bullish divergence on 1-inch. Swing up to swing up. Bam. But if you took the same area here, you'd have a flat or to the downside line. See? From the same points. And that's what's called hidden bullish divergence. It tells you that the trend will continue for 1-inch. Shout out to everyone watching right now. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I'm in London. How many minutes before you start? Yes. Shout out to Phoenix Rain. Shout out to Charles Hatch. Shout out to Robert Cox. Levi 502. Don't worry. I'll help you with Bake Man. Mark Klein. William Armour. Angor. Coste Gonzalez. Lou Havillard. And Don't Know. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Thank you guys for jumping on in. So check it out. So I really liked 1-inch. We talked about 1-inch. We made a buy on 1-inch in the $3 region there. $3.86, something like that. We're up on that 1-inch buy. We'll see what happens with 1-inch. Where is it going? What could it be doing? We got to put it in a few channels. So is it possibly in this channel? And it just broke out and it's forming like a cleaner, you know, is that the top? Are we going to keep continuing up or down? Want to kind of see more recognition. So I'm going to go to the 4 hour. We do see the double bottom, and double bottoms break out. That is basically the limit of the double bottom. We see anything more significant. We don't want to see the 50 cross the 200, right? They're getting close, but we do see the 21 curving back up. Looks like it's going to cross over the 200. Again, what I keep talking about, and we'll go back to the 1 hour to show you this because we're going to have to, but whenever you interact with the 200-day moving average, if you get that low below it, that's usually it. Like, see how high we got? Like, watch. See, if you can believe you can be bullish, then you got to believe that you're done being bearish as well. So if you invert this chart, right? Oh, we're bearish. Oh, the price is just going to keep going down. It has to, right? It just has to keep going down. Like it's over for 1-inch. Like this guy just said about Bitcoin. Like, I see 40K. I'm a bear. Like, Bitcoin just must be going down, right? But when you flip that, you realize that was up. And like, no, but you never believe it's never going to keep going up, right? The same bear who said it's going to go down, so is like, oh, it's going to go down. And of course it goes down, right? So what I'm trying to say is, so the price came down on, that's bearish divergence. Swing down, I just want to make a plan to teach here. That's bearish divergence. Swing up to swing down, swing up to swing up. Those do not coincide in angle, you see? It's divergence. If one of them would go to infinity, they would hit each other. They would cause a car crash. So if the trajectory of your divergences would cause a car crash, that's when you know you have divergence, and that's when you could sell. Also, if you can coincide that with the 4 hour usually being away from the 21-day moving average, specifically the 4 hour, the daily is harder to tell and it gets more extended, and you won't have better options to get in and out of the trade. So I suggest a 4 hour when you want to kind of position yourself in and out of a trade. And so now also I love to flip this stuff, because when I flip this tells me that, you know, it looks like a trend that wants to go. See that? So we snap back to the moving average. And it kind of looks like a trend that's beginning, and you know, would actually continue to the upside, which is kind of scary because that would continue to the downside, right? That would be like down here. Interesting to say the least. But we snap back to the moving average, and usually we go sideways there. And once we get above the 21, we go far away. So see how this came through? Like, we should, the 200-day moving average use in a bull run, unless we get super bearish, all right? Which I'm willing to believe if it happens. Right here, we do have a death cross on the 1 hour. The 50 did cross the 200, right? Last time we saw the 50 cross the 200, somewhere back in here for 1 inch. Way back in time. So that's just something that, you know, it's been a while. What's going on, lifers? Shout out to Lou Havillard. Shout out to Coste Gonzalez. Shout out to Mix Jot Soul Lifer. Are you staking it with 1 inch decks or farming in their other pools? You know what? I didn't even know what I can do with 1 inch. I haven't experimented with any of my 1 inch. Let me know what to do with my 1 inch. I'll have to do a video of how I'm using 1 inch to make passive income, because I don't know yet. I've been so heavily into Binance Smart Chain. It takes up so much of my time. Like, for instance, I just got into Nugget this morning. So we could be in this downward spiral for 1 inch. This is possible. Rounded tops are not good. At first it was a rounded bottom, but we seem to have a rounded top too. Kind of an upside down cup and handle, you know what I'm saying? So this could be possible. This could just be a quick little high, and we could come back down. But we are making some support and resistance lines. So let's make those. Remember, always make your support and resistance. I like to go to the 4 hour and just get them done before I even start looking at an asset. The first thing I usually do, get a coffee, some tea, and I just start making my support and resistance lines. Nice and easy, no pressure, you know, it's all good. Shout out to everyone on the live stream. 53 people watching, 34 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers, please. Helps the algorithm bring more people into the live stream, and then you can meet more interesting people as well. So up, down, up, down, up. Do we come back down? Do we hold this level? Now look, bounce, 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 bounce. Strong support, strong support. Then we came up, we got rejected. We came back above it. We did wick on it again. Can this hold strong support? This is the $4.44 level. So I like to see this. We break 444. Easily come back to the $4 region, and we break 4, then we're testing the same $3.25 region. We break that, it's $2, $2.82, right? So do I think 1 inch will come down to $2.82? I don't truly believe so. Let's take a look at a Fibonacci to see where we're at in time. That is Alt F to give you a quick reference. And you want to go to the height of the price. Okay, like right there. See, that's where the price hit the high level right there. Bam. And you can see what I love to see, which is insane. Everyone talks about the 0.618 Fibonacci level. Look where 1 inch hit. And that's pretty safe to say that we bottomed at this point. Okay. So 1 inch did come all the way down to $3, you know, just 2 days ago. It looks like 1 inch with its news stuff going on for it. But look, we are looking pretty bearish on the 4 hour. We have one more push up. Which could extend us up into this region. How do I know that? Well, if you take this section to this section here on the RSI, the Stokes, we went from here to there, and that was basically this move through the size of the candle. On the 4 hour, we're also breaking above the 200-day moving average, which is clutch. And I see this, see when the 21 curves like that? That's something like that. That's a really good sign. So a curving up on the 21-day moving average gets me pretty excited, gets me interested, and it feels like the price is pulling the average up. And when the average crosses the 200, it's going to be a good sign. So I'm actually bullish on 1 inch right now. The 1 hour, though, needs to come down and reset. Okay. The 4 hour will have maybe a little spurt. So if you were want to trade 1 inch like for a small amount of time, you know, you trade it up to $5, $5.50 at the very least, and then you may want to get out of the trade, right? After that, it's kind of in between, you know. But look, the Fibonacci level, where do we hit? The 0.618. Between the 0.5 and the 0.618, the golden pocket. And even closer, like this is really the golden pocket, like right in here. Right in this zone, right? That's like the special spot. You basically, whenever you see the price go to a high point and start to come down, you draw the fib immediately and start putting limit orders right around the 618. It works like clockwork, Look, had you done that, so right when this came up here and hit this, and then you saw a jolt to the downside, could have drawn this 618. You had confirmed a lower low and a lower low. So we had a low here, confirm lower low right around there, and also look, lower high, right? Also, we had a bit of confirmed divergence here, bearish divergence. Swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. And we also talk about the 4 hour when the price is away from the 21-day. This is exactly where you take profit. It's really simple. Go and get if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and get the indicator. Type in CBC 5DRS. This is all these indicators together. Okay, the 5 EMA, the 200, the 50, the 80, the 100, and the 200. It's going to give you them. You don't even need them all, though. You could just use the dang 21. This white one right here. You could just use just the 21. Whenever the price breaks far away from it, I say as much as I can put my thumb in between. Like right here, if I put my thumb on the screen, I just did that. It was basically right in between, you know. B-Day crash. Yeah, that's why you don't want to put a lot of money in these things, man. Let's see what happened to B-Day, though. Interesting that B-Day crashed. Well, people got the B gift, so they sold off the free B. You know, whenever you get an airdrop like that, it usually does that. Birthday gift finance. That's why you're not going to win all these, man. That's why when you make a boatload on one, it's okay. What's good of profit to take at those levels? You know, you could sell the whole bag here, honestly, because you know you can then buy the bag back at the 618. You know, now if you don't know it's going to be a bigger retrace, you can just start taking nibbles back, like buy half a bag here. Now you just all you did was double your stake. You know, that's all you did was end up doubling your stake. Okay, let me turn off my Discord. That is very annoying in the background. Bam. Okay. Oh, you mean the site crashed? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, you're right. Is it gone? They disappeared, huh? Shady. Shady. Maybe they'll come back on. That's shady, though, right? Damn, man. So I tell people, man, don't risk more than you can afford to lose, you know? Gotta be easy on those sites. Gotta be easy. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Thank you guys so much for are we going to see a free fall? What's good? What percentage of profit? Yeah. No, we're not going to see a free fall. Everyone calm down. Look at 1 inch acting bullish. It's giving you a sign, man. And 1 inch is in the same position. It fell out and did a double bottom. Okay. So enough about 1 inch. I like where it's at. It could come back down here and test the 0.5 fib. You know, or maybe even test here, this one level here in the middle, this one support and resistance line at about $4. I wouldn't be surprised, but we'll see what happens. Let's check it out on the daily. Daily time frame, stochastics are super low and ready for a reset. So this is like where I accumulate here. You know, I don't stress the small things. When I see the daily ready to reset like this, MACD going like that, and I see heavy bullish, strong hidden bullish divergence on the daily, tells me the trend will continue.
You know, we're easily going to get to 641. Nice 51% gain coming to us. Once this breaks out of the falling wedge, right, it has like a pretty big target coming out of it here. So I see 1 inch getting up into the 7 and 10, 20. And I picture 1 inch when I close my eyes by April or May in the $20 region. So that's going to be a 5X for me. And I only have to hold it for 2 months. 2 months. 5X. Maybe even 6X or 7X. You never know. And that means it's like, so 2 months is 8 weeks. So I can make 100% a week, or like 80% a week if you times it by 8, right? That'd be 600%. So as long as it's 6X's, I'm going to make 80% a week on this. And there may be 2 or 3 weeks where nothing happens. But then there may be a week straight where it just goes all the way to the moon. So what I'm trying to say is you got to look at the amount of time you hold things. Some people are like, I don't want to hold it. But then they're chasing all these gains, right? And they're running, oh, I want to make 100%. I want to make 100%. And they don't make it. How do I use that divs indicator you use on the stochastics RSI? Oh, it's just a divergence indicator. You just go up here to the indicators, and when you put in the stochastics, it's going to be one stochastic RSI divs. There's one here with double strategy, momentum. Right here, RSI with divergences by Nebutane. See that? That one will help too. Let's see what that one looks like. Yeah, same thing. That's it right there. Bam. Okay, yeah. They give you more 1 inch to sell. Stake it for that time and you're grooving. Yeah, where do I stake it though? Hey now, what up, Jesse B? Shout out to everyone out in the live stream. Thank you for jumping on in to the live. Okay, so check it out. Check it out. We're going to get into Bitcoin now and into the route of all things. We're a little late today. $46,500. Bitcoin crashing. Okay, so now already falling down a little lower. Touching the 21-day moving average, though. Down to 44,000. And it bounced off of the 0.5 Fibonacci. So we didn't get to this 0.618 yet, did we? No. You know, in this run. You know, it's still a good 50% retracement. All right, at that point, right, from our high. Well, what's our high? No, our high is 50, yeah, 60, almost 60K, about 50K. And we come all the way back down to about 43K. Damn. So, Bitcoin. Could we see more lows? You know, I'll tell you what, if we break 43,000 easily, the next place we're going to hit resistance here is 40,900 right there. It's right there on this line. Now, Bitcoin loves to re-hit its previous high. See this high right here? So, if you just take everything away and you do support and resistance lines, Bitcoin loves to come right to this high. See that high? It would be very actually healthy for me to see Bitcoin come and touch this level. Because all it would tell me was that Bitcoin wants to kind of come down a little below the 200 day, just like it did here. Dip below the 200, come back up, and then start its journey up. So it likes to dip below the 200. You know, I was listening to Crypto Face last night, and he's talking about when someone's in a whitewater rafting place, you have to dip them lower in the water to get them back out because they're really heavy, right? So you dip them low, and then the buoyancy pulls them, and then you use that momentum and pull them out of the water, right? So it's like Bitcoin's going to dip below the 200 and then get pulled back up and just explode. You know, it's kind of something that I'm looking at and thinking about here, because that's what we saw right here. So it's usually the catalyst for the beginning of a move, but it takes a little while once it starts to play with that. Let's take the time frame that happened for Bitcoin. Okay, 7 days. So about a week we could be playing around over here, and I told you back then on this fractal that it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute. And you'd be like, what fractal are you talking about? Well, it's the projection that we've been talking about for Bitcoin for a while now. And let me go dish it up because I have it here in my group here. So we have some Bitcoin projections that I've been posting out recently, right? Let's see here. So here's the Bitcoin projection in the next few weeks, right? It's going to come down, possibly come up, double bottom here. And we're in this region right here, right? Now we double bottom sideways instead of up. This one was a little different than the last fractal, slightly different, but I see us possibly bouncing off support, coming back up, and we even can come lower within a week from now. So this could be like a tricky one. We could get up here, come back down. So if we pattern traded this, like we do, let's look at what we see here now. So pattern trading this suggests that it may just come back to the top of the pattern right now. Still in a downward trend though. Still in a downward way. Like so, top of the trend, bottom of the trend. And that's really what I keep. And then we have to test this area, and then we'll have the test here and then a couple tests here again, right off the same zone. Kind of similar to this. See? We had this candle close. I'll show you what I'm talking about. We had this candle close right here in this region, right there. And then we were bouncing, and breaking down. But we had to test it below the 200-day moving average. Inside of a wedge. So we could be right here, just in this region. Maybe we could bounce up. But don't say we're not going to have a lower low back to the region. So we could get all the way back up here to 47, 48K, 49K, right? But now at this point, that's going to be it for me. If Bitcoin doesn't break 47, it's coming back down to test 41K one more time. If Bitcoin breaks above it, it's a smaller wedge. Something catalyst happened, people light, it just gets bought back up and we can push further up. But we really need to get a higher high above 47,580. If we don't get a higher high above there, I'm not bullish on Bitcoin. Obviously in the long run. Now you want to I'll give you my May prediction for Bitcoin. I think by late April into mid-May. This is saying even earlier, but I severely doubt that, because this is an angle, but we don't know exactly at the time. But 75K, somewhere I think in this region, between about, April 10th and I'm not that good at this, but like maybe April 15th to March. I'll give it that 2 week to April 15th to May 1st, something like that. That 2 week period, possibly we get into the 50K region. So that's going to be 2 months from now. Okay. About almost a month and a half, 60 days from now, man. It's going to take a while. And that's the same reason here. Look, how long did it take for us to pump from 29 all the way up here? It took 24 days. Yeah, 24 days and 12 hours, almost 25 days, almost a month. So same thing here, and we haven't even finished our correction yet. So we still have to go through. So actually, let's widen this out because it's even longer than that. So it's like from here to there, right? 30 days. We got a month, man, at least. March is going to be dismal. It always is. And it's setting up perfectly. Like, it's like even the chart is saying, yeah, we're going to do what March likes us to do and just kind of play games. And we'll play with the 21-day moving average. But meanwhile, as Bitcoin goes sideways, a few coins will still begin to pump on the side. Like 1inch. 1inch is actually starting to rip pretty nicely at 467 and continuing up. So watch 1inch. Let's see if we see a trade for 1inch on the 15-minute. Is it flagging? Is it doing something interesting? Going a little sideways here off that double bottom support. And it's that same wedge with the double bottom. You see it? Wedge. This is the big double bottom. It's just nuts. Wedge with the double bottom. Rising wedge with the double. It's the same pattern over and over again. I use it through the Coinbase cold wallet, but I'm okay. Type 1inch on their app. All seem to be handling BTC drops better now. My heart didn't sink as much last night. I used through Coinbase, through MetaMask, and any browser can go to 1inch and groove. Oh, 1inch? Okay. Birthday Cake said that the dev was adding a new pool and broke the site. Funds are safe and will be back soon. Interesting. I'm not worried, man. Bitcoin gains on smoke. Stake, you think it was legit? Yeah, man. I like that. Where are all the likes at? 57 watching. Let's get those likes up. Support the lifer. It's the lifer way. Shout out to Joe, man. Shout out to Trade Intuition. I thought about it too, man. It's all got to be love all the time. All the time. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Check out the Voyager token. I will, man. ADA. And go over to Trade Intuition. Joe's got some awesome videos about support and resistance. And he shows you some things that are really going to teach you some insight. So head on over there whenever you have a chance. Check him out. Shout out to, look, so I see a tiny trade here for 1 inch, right? I think it's going to go sideways a little bit. I'd wait for, again, my old theory, wait for it to touch the bottom of the pattern here, which would also be support and resistance that we're getting here on the 15-minute. So I'm just trying to, trying to squeak a trade. Again, trades are very risky right now. I'm not trading too heavily. So you can see we already got into 1 inch at about that 385 region. Actually, we probably got into the very close to the bottom here, and it's the same idea. Whenever we get below that 200-day moving average in a bit of a bullish run, it gets me interested. It gets me interested. I say, okay. Especially look how low we went below. Also, this was starting to bowl on a smaller time frame. Bit of a cup and handle forming for 1 inch here, as you can see that too. So 1 inch cup and handle on the 15-minute. I like that. Rounded bottom. Okay. Forming a new trend, higher highs. So now we need to break this higher high. $5. We break the high at $5. 1 inch is going to gap up to its next resistance at about $5.89 just for a quick trade. So if you want to be really ballsy, that could possibly be your entry, this buy zone right here. Again, don't do anything I say on this channel. None of this is advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. But you can enter here at 442. You could also get in right there at 452, right there in that region. So shout out to everyone on the live. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. How long do you think REEF will be in the descending pattern? I'm not worried about it, man. I'm not worried about it. I like what REEF is doing. I like the project. And when I get into a position, I'm willing to hold it for about, I say 3 to 6 weeks. Usually I'm ready to hold it even longer than that. Now we call the bottom for bake. We saying, I think the bake, went to 105, honestly. Interesting. We're going to get into bake. We're going to talk about bake in a second too. See what I see happening for bake. Continuing in a pretty much of a downtrend as well. This is, it's going to be, I believe, we're going to see a little bit of a downtrend, just sideways action. And we're going to talk about total and total too, to give you the whole example of where we see the market going. That's really, to me, the key for everything else, right? Once we see total and total too, we're going to be like, oh, okay. Also, we want to throw in some Bitcoin dominance. But right now, let's just take a look at the health of the Bitcoin oscillators, and then we'll move on to Bitcoin dominance. So 46,500 Bitcoin holding this level. And this is kind of what I see happening. Bouncing off the bottom of the pattern. We'll get a rejuvenation here. Back up to maybe 47. I told you, I'd be very surprised if we break above this green line here at 47,200. I'd be very surprised. If we do, then you know what? I may change my tune, and then I'll be looking for 52,000 right here. And we break 52,000, then we're talking about a new all-time high. It's not in the cards, and I'll tell you why. What is in the cards is we may have the rebound. Look, stochastics are getting low. They tell us that we're going to get that rebound and push to the upside. But look, a lot of times when they rebound from the dotted line and not from the lowest point, it also tells you that the momentum isn't going to be that big because we're already not stretched as much. It's like a trampoline. You want to go below into the trampoline so you can bounce up. If you don't go to the, this is just basically like not jumping too hard. The trampoline's not even going to give you that pushback. So just something to think about there. What we do see though is bullish divergence. Swing down to swing down. So it tells me you could make a trade here on Bitcoin. You could long Bitcoin here, 46.5, but you got a small window. And then you got to sell it around here, about 47,300. It's a very tiny trade, little $800 trade. Looks like it could even come back down one more time and test 45.9. This support area where these wicks are right there. So right around there, or even here. So that's a good position. I would ladder in, but this is a very high risk trade, and you'd have to know what you're doing, and it's in a very small area. I'd go to the 15-minute to show you what's going on. We'll check that out. So you're basically pattern trading back to the top of the pattern. This is what you're trying to do. That's all you're trying to do. Make 4.86%. That's it. Tiny trade. what you can do is try to limit order here off support. So throw a limit order at 45,780, see if it catches, and then you throw a sell order here. That's actually 8.4% gain here on the 15-minute, you know. So that's how you could squeeze a trade out of today. That's the only really trade I see happening. It's high risk as well. High risk, but it's highly probable because it's going to go up from the top of the pattern to the bottom. Where do you place the bottom of the Fibonacci level? Well, it depends on what you're doing. If you're looking at a retracement, then you want to place the bottom at the beginning of the impulse, right? Like the biggest impulse. And for me, it's like this. Like if I was going to trace a fib on this one, it would be right here, this low. So I hit Alt F, and I drag the fib up to the top of the price action, right? And look, that gave us a bounce off the 0.5 Fibonacci level, okay? And that's how you do that, okay? Then there's extensions and things of that nature. Shout out to Tenacious Tim for the $2 super chat. Really appreciate that, man.
I'm the one who gave you that thumbs up.
Thank you so much for the thumbs up, sweetheart. Shout out to everyone watching. Thoughts on ADA USDT price prediction movement. Let's take a look at Cardano.
Please press the like button.
Please press the like button. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Look, we have a live person asking for the live. Like, no one does that, right? She gets upset when we don't hit 70 likes now. So if we don't get to 70 likes, she's going to cry herself to sleep tonight. Manipulating my children for likes. I'll do anything for likes. I'll sell my soul for a like. No, I'm just... I love life, man. Got to take it easy. Got to be funny, right? We're going to look at Bitcoin on the daily. And then we're going to get into ADA. Just throw that ADA question in there. Because I want to keep it fun with the comments. I like more comments. The more comments, the better, man. So check it out. Bitcoin at $46,450. Let's take a look at what I see happening right now, though. Tim, thanks, bro. Let's see. Okay, daily. I want to look at the daily time frame. One good thing is the pain could be low, could be getting low, right? But what I see is the double bottom here, which takes us through. You'd be surprised how much action you can get out of the bottom here of the pattern. But up and down could just be the up action that I'm talking about. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna get the trade that I'm talking about from about maybe 45.8 back to 47,000. You know, looks like it's gonna be a nice little scalp trade. I'm gonna hone in on this trade later on today in my futures account. I'm gonna make a small one, like $100 at like 20x leverage. It's gonna be small. It's gonna be very small. You know, control $2,000 worth of BTC contracts on the USDT future perpetual swap. Take it easy, man. You know, don't go nuts, man. Why do patterns work on the dominance chart? Patterns work anything that you can chart. Patterns will work on. That's something I think because we live in a simulation. I honestly think because we live in somewhat of a simulation. So look, we're at a rounded bottom forming now for Bitcoin dominance. But what I like to show you is this. It's a bearish pattern because why? It's a bear pennant, right? The pennant comes in something like this. This is what I see happening. It's forming a bit of a bear pennant. Like, because if you flip this upside down and take a look at it, you can see that looks like it's going to go nicely to the upside, right? I would be like, guys, how many setups have we traded just like this? You know, buy in the zone. And the reason why I tell people to buy in the zone, all right, the main reason why is not really because my expert traders, you guys know what I'm talking about. We're buying bottom of the pattern. And I also tell lately what I've been doing too, which is interesting, is I've been making two zones. Because I normally buy bottom of the pattern. That's it. I'm only buying here because I don't like my stop loss to be heavy duty. I like my stop loss to be small. Right? Look at that. 1% would never get hit. After that wick, get into the bottom of the pattern, never even got hit. You could even have bought here. The stop loss would have been safe, even from this wick, with a 1.8% stop loss if you buy the bottom of the pattern. Now, if you put this 1.8% stop loss in here, you're getting hit all over the place. Not happening, right? Not happening. Also, I'm also using support and resistance and moving averages all at the same time. So it's called confluence, using multiple things. But so, anyway, it would look just like a regular trade. Now, another time I put a buy zone here. In case it comes up, you can get the retest. I do not buy breakouts ever in my life. I don't think I've ever bought in a breakout. What I do is once it breaks up out of the pattern, I flip to the 15-minute and I look for the same pattern. Like, is it making a flag, a bull flag, a bull rectangle, something of that nature? If it makes those patterns, then yes, I then pattern trade it the same way I would pattern trade a 1 hour flag. You see what I'm saying? And I put my stop loss, I wait for it to come to the bottom of the pattern, and I put my stop loss below the bottom of the pattern. So it's like I do the same thing if I'm using the 2 minute that I do if I'm using the 1 hour to the daily. It does not matter what time frame I'm using. Like if I'm scalping on the 1 minute, then fine. But please don't use the 1 minute or the 15 minute unless you really know what you're doing. The only reason I want you guys to ever go into the 1 minute is if I show you a big trade that pops, you really want to get in, it looks like there's more legs, I have a target and it's only like a quarter through the target, but yeah, it has some big candles and you're nervous, you're not sure what to do. Go to the 15 minute and look for one of these patterns, the bull flag, the bull rectangle, look for a bullish pattern and act on it like that. So I'm going to flip this upside down again. So this is really what we're seeing in real time. I believe Bitcoin dominance is on its way to the dumps. Honestly, is it going to go to 48? I don't think so. I mean, that's a little outrageous. But right now, I like what we're seeing. Bitcoin's going to be struggling a little bit. People are going to start accumulating into altcoins. BTC pairs have already hit a nice bottom. So I see this coming right here for Bitcoin dominance, 57. So get ready for some alts to fly, man. I think we're going to have like a little bit of hard time for a little while. We'll look at Aave too. Look at some heavy, strong alts. They kind of lead the pack. See what's going on with them. And look, we talked about Aave here with the hidden bullish divergence. Swing up on the daily. Now, a lot of these also have low stochastics with bullish divergence. Hidden bullish divergence on Aave right here. Swing up. So I put a buy zone here. And my buy zones are accumulation zones. They don't mean take all your money and buy it right now at $3.36. It means every time you get into a trade, there has to be an idea. There has to be a plan. So check it out. Here's the plan if I'm getting into a trade. The first thing I'm going to be doing, right, is I'm going to be looking at how much money do I want to put in the trade. And again, that's all done by an equation I use with the stop loss and everything else. It says you can only lose 1% of your portfolio. Say you had $20,000 in your portfolio, times that by 0.01, gives you $200, right? Then 200 divided by this stop loss at 0.2256 tells me that you can put $886 in the buy zone. Now, if that's how much you want to put in the buy zone, it doesn't mean put it all right here. Divide that by 4. It gives you $221. So today you buy $221. All right. So I'm showing you how I trade. So today you buy $221. Tomorrow, the next day, you buy $221. What if the price comes down here a little bit? Buy another $221, right? And then split your last one into 110s, right? And then if it bounces back into support, things look great. Your last 110, you got a beautiful bag of Aave ready to go between the 288 area and the 361 area, depending, right? And now when it blasts all the way off to 700, you can, or to my target here at 871 in about a month, it might take 3 to 6 weeks. You can scale out. You could sell 10% right here and move that into your next buy for your next coin. That's going to be a scale out buy. So you could be scaling in and scaling out of things all the time. You never have to be totally in 100 positions or totally in another. And this is how you protect your portfolio. This is proper risk management. Okay, you also want to make sure you have a risk to reward ratio, 22% stop loss to 159% gain. That stop loss to gain is going to change how you trade because you're going to make sure that the risk to reward ratio is proper, meaning how much am I risking? And you want to make a ratio of that. Look, 20 to 159, right? So 20 times 8 is 160 about. So that's about a set, and it's not perfect on the math because it's a little over. So it's about a 7.6, 7.8%, 7 to 1, right? So you're risking 1 to gain 7x more, right? And that's why you do what you do. So shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. Shout out to everyone who's jumping on in to the shout out to everyone that jumped in to the Patreon, man. My Patreon doing really well too, man. You guys are really, really nice. I really appreciate all the love. Thank you so much for joining. It means the world to me. Shout out to JD the Trader, man, doing his thing, man, doing a lot of awesome things in the group. I'm seeing a lot of your trades that look really neat, complete, and awesome. You know, FTM perp 15 minute. This is a 1036 last night. Here's another one to Algo. I believe this is JD putting this up. I believe it is. But clean work in the group, man. Really liking what I'm seeing. Really what? Bought more Aave. Yeah, Aave is a good buy, man. The biggest beast in all of DeFi, right? You can't go wrong with some Aave. All right, let's get in to total and total 2. The scary business. So I see Bitcoin is bullish for today. Just a little bit. For the next 4 or 5 hours, looks like Bitcoin's going to pop back up to 47. Not a huge move, not a big one, you know, and you may be able to get in at like 45.8. And so that was our idea, right? And again, nothing's guaranteed, so that's why we have the stop loss. But there you go. Now we have total and total 2. Total is the total market cap, right? That's what I see happening for total 2. Coming down to the bottom of the pattern so far. I'm live, baby. I'm live. Thank you so much, though. Over and out. All right, so up to the downside. Looks like we're going to come back to the upside, right? 1.6 trillion. A little more money because there's going to be a Bitcoin trade. Man, Bitcoin goes sideways, comes back down, double bottoms here, comes back down to the bottom of the pattern. And we get at 1.3. 1.3 again. We go sideways. It's just like when we went to that trillion. We hit the trillion. I couldn't believe we went to 800 again. I thought we were above trillion forever, you know? I didn't realize that the fractal we were in. Now I get it. I learned myself. I said, oh yeah. So this is what's going to happen. And I tell myself, okay. And it shows me that throughout the month of March, we're just going to be up and down. Then we're going to have a nice crash, like March 10th to the 9th, something like that. Somewhere in there, we're going to have a nice little crash. Everyone's going to freak out. They're going to get all bearish. It's going to be bad again. Accounts are going to look ugly. So get ready for March to tear your heart out, step on it, and spit on it, right? I'm getting ready. I'm probably still not ready, but I'm getting ready, and I understand that. But what it means is, it's like a trampoline, guys. We're bouncing into the trampoline. And once we get nice and low, like we are here, we could double bottom. We could do one of these. Hang out down here. You can see this is where it starts. Isn't that interesting? Pretty interesting. Look at. So the bearishness starts. We come all the way down. Very similar to this one. We hit our high point. And that's why you sell, man. Go to that 4 hour. Same idea here. You could sell. 21-day moving average. This one has the moving average a little higher because it isn't the price action. But here, the daily. High in the stochastics. You sell. And we are forming not complete bullish divergence, but a little bit. It tells you that the trend will continue, man. The trend will continue. We're going to have a little rough patch, but the trend will continue. And as we get into April, and my birthday is in the month of April, and as we approach my birthday, everything should be dandy. At about 2.5, 2.4 trillion, we'll break above 2 trillion, and then we'll play this game again. All right? And Bitcoin will hit 60-something K, maybe 70K. 67, I think, maybe 64, and it's going to play games with 60 in the 50 region over there before it decides to and this is just how these markets work, right? Look at the 3-day. We're coming back down too. There's going to be some bearishness. This is just what's going to happen, all right? The weekly coming down too. So we're just in this patch, man, and we got to reset. You know, I don't see a giant reset. I don't think it's going to be horrible. I'm not telling you, you know. And again, I don't have a crystal ball, but I don't see the market cap getting lower than $1.26 billion right on this region, 1.28. So we break 1.28 billion, then I'll be worried. We come back and test 1 trillion, then I'll start to be thinking about leveraging out. But you know, we'll get there when we talk about that. But I don't, you know, that would negate some bullishness. We would break some EMA ribbons. I'd start showing you some other things, and we'd get into some more emergency mode. So until then, until you see me get like that, just keep buying these dips, man, and relax, because it's only a matter of time till these prices aren't where they are again, and you're gonna look back and say, damn, this is what happens. Bitcoin scares people and worries them into thinking the market isn't great, and they don't accumulate. And then a month later, they see the prices and they say, damn, like, then they want to get in, and then they start buying at the top because they waited too long, and then the market goes down, and those are the people that get wrecked. So how you don't get wrecked right now is you start buying when everyone's freaking out and telling you that the market sucks. That's when you start to buy. So right, these days, these red days, what is the title of my video today? What was the title of my video? They're halting the views here for some reason. Crypto emergency, a sea of red. Why these are the days to build wealth, right? Live TA, ask about your coin. So this is the day to build wealth, man. This is where you want to add to the stack. This is when you want to add to your stack, right? This is what it's all about. So shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you guys so much for jumping on in and being a part of the live stream, man. It means the world to me. Great risk management. Yeah, you got to have proper risk management. Love that. Ha ha ha. Crypto Lifer, great advice on entry. Don't go all in. Break it up. All the time, man. Bought more Aave. ADA. Yo. Hey, XIP Muser. Sup, y'all? Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Shout out to my Muser, my dude. My dude, man. I have a baby due in 2 weeks, guys. It's about to happen. About to happen. So, like, as much as I'm worried about Bitcoin, like, I want to make sure a baby comes out safe and sound. Right? And it puts things into perspective. It really does. Look at IOST. Perfect place to accumulate. Touching the 21-day moving average yet again. Will reset for its next move to the upside with hidden bullish divergence, which tells you that the trend will continue. This episode of IOST will continue on your next episode. What do you think is going to happen when Bitcoin starts to go sideways? Right? Let's look at some BTC pairs, see how they're doing. Let's look at ETH BTC. How is ETH BTC doing? Right now, it's forming a little bit of hidden bullish divergence as well. Tells you that the trend will continue. It's super low here. Wow, we're oversold like you read about on the stochastics. Might be a nice time to flip. This is telling me this is a nice flip. You flip to ETH BTC, you might jump on BTC a little bit. All right? Think we kind of came across a little bit of a gem trade here. This is where you want to focus on things. Stop looking at the market in USDT terms. Start asking yourself what pair you want to accumulate the most of and use another trade against that pair. I like Bitcoin. Maybe if I bought some ETH, I get a little more Bitcoin in this March dump. Maybe ETH will hold up better against Bitcoin as Bitcoin is a little more volatile. Interesting, right? 47% gains on your Bitcoin if you use your Bitcoin to get some ETH. This is just an interesting idea. So, love you, brother, and the fam. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, baby time, man. Shout out to you guys on the live. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Comments are a little slow today. Let's get those comments ripping in, man. You know, comments are a little slower today than they used to be. I don't know what's up with the maybe just these red days got people bugging. Let's take a look at the dollar index right now. Dollar index, I see it kind of forming this falling wedge here and breaking to the downside. So today though, look, the daily is hot, low. The Stokes want to come to the upside too though. So low Stokes kind of fights the idea of my pattern, but we'll see what happens, man. I don't want to see the dollar break above 91.74. I'll tell you that right now. I don't. But we had a little pump on the dollar, man. We got to low here at the 89.96 area. Went really low down to 89.36. We bounced back up on the dollar today. So let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Dow Jones struggling again, down another 288 points. Let's see what's going on with the Dow. So I showed you the Dow is in this rising wedge, right? I've had my projections for the Dow for you guys for a long time. So the Dow is in this rising wedge. Now, if it breaks out of the rising wedge, it breaks to the upside and we get a $42,000 Dow. Now, with the Fed printing, I think they're just going to print it right out. Now, if for some reason, like the Fed had an issue the other day. What if the Fed's not able to get us out? They had some serious issues. What if they're getting hacked? Who knows? They would never tell us the truth, would they? But a lot of people don't know. They swept it under the rug. The Fed had a serious operation issue. Federal Reserve. Operational issue. You know, what if they can't print the money? Operational error disrupts Federal Reserve payment system. Most federal services restored after operational error. Pretty strange. U.S. Fed probing operational error that halted bank transfers. Federal Reserve Bank Services. The operational problem and the aggregate uncertainty. Operational problems at commercial banks and sending Fedwire payments as a proxy for aggregate uncertainty in the end-of-day Fed account positions, and then examines funds market behavior on those days. The results suggest that an increased uncertainty is associated with a deviation of the Federal Reserve's funds rate from the FOMC target rate, the magnitude depending on the severity of the difficulty, the payment volume of the affected participant, and the time of day. This is getting shady, man. Operational problems, man. This may not be over either. They must have been using the birthday cake website. KSM BTC, please. Let's take a look at KSM BTC. Kusama, man, my baby. I don't own any Kusama, but it's a beautiful, beautiful. It's a coin I wish I owned, right? But once I saw it get up too high, like I wanted to get it at a certain region. Let's look at for the BTC pair. Wow, though. So had you thrown one BTC pair in Kusama on January 10th, thrown one BTC, you would have now right now, even with the bearishness, you would have 1.8 more Bitcoin. You'd almost have 3 Bitcoins if you started with 1 Bitcoin. So doing pretty good. Look, it's in this beautiful bowl, right? We talk about these bowls a lot. I don't know how many bowls I've made. Beautiful bowl. Now, it is coming down here. So look, it's probably going to form a nice cup. It's all about projection. It's going to form a nice cup here, in my opinion, right? Now, it's still pointing to the downside, so it might even be more of a narrow cup. Tells me we might come down here, double bottom, which will form the pattern, and we'll break on out. So I'm projecting the Kusama comes down a little bit, and this is where now you want to just look at your support and resistance lines. Crucial support and resistance. And you can go to the weekly, right? And find out where the weekly support is. Because you got 1, 2, and about 3 strong regions. Okay? Right there. All right? So you have your weekly support. You have 1 right there too. Okay? Then you go back to your daily. And then you have some daily support like right there. Right? That you couldn't have seen on the weekly. All right? And then you can go back to the 4-hour and check out where you're at now and see what's going on. Usually I don't really have to add much more after that. The daily will take care. You might have a wick or 2 in those regions, but look how we're really respecting these regions, you know, very similar, right? Okay. Now, so we're testing this region. Obviously, if we break it, it looks like it will come down here and test this region at 338. 100 Satoshi around there. But what I like to see is the 4-hour does want to break us up. So the 4-hour tells us the pattern will break to the upside. But it looks like we're just going to start forming this cup on the daily because the daily wants to extend to the downside. So I would wait and just accumulate on the low parts of the pattern, right? As it makes its way through the pattern. So it's going to kind of do something like this. Now we break that support. There's our last support region, and then we're off to the races. So, and that would be a giant cup and handle on Kusama BTC. So, projection for that. How much money could you make? Let's take an idea. Swing down on that price. Let's get that length of that price action. For cup and handles are very explosive. They usually make at least 40% from entry. At least. That's like the small fry. So there you go, 140% gains. But you have to be patient for the entry. And it's not going to happen overnight, right? So there you go, Willie Brown. This is my projection for Kusama. This is what I think is going to occur, all right? Looks a lot like Reef token. All right, we'll take a look at Reef right now in that suggestive mode as I think about it, right? So let's take a look over at Reef. ADA sky high. Let's take ADA. Let's take a look at ADA, man. I want to look at ADA first, right? Cardano 116 doing its thing, ripping, man. So Cardano, man, shout out to all my Cardano holders. I've been holding Cardano since 6 cents, 8 cents region. Look at this. Look, go to the 1 hour. You see what I see. I see the inverted head and shoulder pattern. It's not perfect, but it is there, man. It is there. And I'm going to show it to you right now with a nice little label. So we have a bit of a right shoulder. Got a nice head there and a bit of a left shoulder forming. Okay. Right shoulder, actually. As if I don't know my anatomy. Now, check it out. There's your neckline. Boom. So once we break this neckline, bam, man. Bam City, right? Bam City. Also, it's a bit of an ascending triangle. Okay? You start seeing the patterns fast, right? So, bam. And that's what it's about. It's about having fast pattern recognition, right? Shout out to that. Thank you so much for Hadouken donating 2 beans into the super chat, man. Thank you so much. Put the house on ADA. Can you explain what happens when options and BTC expire? I mean, like people put options on calls on option. An option is a you either put a put or a call. A call is that you think the price is going to go to a certain area at a certain time. So everyone thinks that Bitcoin will go Nimic, please. Yo, Nimic, one of my favorite coins on the low. Thank you for bringing up Nimic, man. Let's take a look at Nimic. I like me my Nimic. Nimic is a special coin. You know, it got pushed by BitBoy. I think it's also getting pushed a little bit by Tika Tawari. It's been across my radar, man. And I like what I see with Nimic. Interesting coin. So yeah, Nimic, man. Let's take a look at Nimic for Bitcoin. I'm going to really start focusing on the Bitcoin pairs here. All right? Really focusing on the BTC pairs. The idea is to make more BTC through this bull run. And I feel like this is where you want to start flipping maybe from BTC back to alts. Because I feel like Bitcoin's going to go sideways and people are going to choose their alts. Right? So look at Nimic. It's really low on the BTC pair. All right? Really low. Let's take a look at the 3-day. Not too bad on the Stokes, but yeah, it could come down even lower. It's what it's telling us. But look at this thing. It's like bottoming out, forming that rounded bottom again. So you want to play from a position of strength, meaning like where this thing just like, it's not done consolidating yet by all means either. But this is where the accumulation begins. Like if you get one more touch in the middle, that's usually the lowest point. Like that's usually the bottom. The bottom is usually the middle of the bull, like right around here. That can be the bottom a lot of times, right? So if you have the BALZs, you could just start nibbling on Nimic here. I'd wait for it to come back down though, but you could start nibbling on Nimic for sure. You know, for a long-term trade though, a long-term hold, right? Hold on my cake with diamond hands, lifer. That's what I've been doing, man. They call me diamond hands, baby. I ain't letting it go. I ain't letting it go, man. I ain't letting it go. Waves 975 coming back. We're seeing a little bit of green now. Seeing a little bit of green action, but look, that 3-day doesn't look good for Waves. Has to come back down. The daily's looking okay, but it looks like it's gonna double bottom, right? Like a little sideways action for these alts. Maybe a little pump up out of the pattern here for Waves. Have an idea that it may start making it's a new trajectory to the upside, but it also is gonna follow Bitcoin, these USDT pairs. So I'm really more interested in the BTC pairs now. They're getting me a little excited because I'm starting to be like, oh, something's telling me this is where I can earn some BTC up against these, you know. Profi at the very bottom on the 4-hour. Grab a little BTC out of Profi playing with the 21-day moving average. Also, if I look at it, yeah, we probably have slight bullish divergence if I go backwards in time. Not perfect. It's just a little sketchy, this one. What are your thoughts on DECTA as a project? Never heard of it. DEC? Is now a good time to buy bake? Thoughts on Tron? I've always liked Tron, but I think Justin Sun's a little shady, man. And we all know he's been up and down. And I played Tron pretty hard back in the last bull run. Like I got in like 3 cents. I sold at 27 cents. I 9x my money. A lot of crazy things happen with Tron. I have like a funny relationship with Tron because I did make a lot of money with it already. Something happens whenever I made a lot of money with a coin. I've kind of sayonara'd it. I'm like, I'll let it go now. I'll let it go. I'm like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But you want to definitely start pulling Fibonacci levels. Like you look at OneCoin right now. You want to see did we hit the low? Did we hit the low? And that's how you know. Pull a Fibonacci, Alt F from the bottom of the price action of that beginning pump. Okay. The 618. So we hit the 618. See how this happens over and over again? It's insane. And now we're forming a new trend on one. So this tells me that one wants to do its thing while Bitcoin may go underwater or sideways. One up 9% on the BTC pair, right? So I like what I'm seeing here for one on the BTC pair. So you see, I don't even realize it, but as a trader, I change my cycle feeling, my positionals. So now, who cares what your USDT wallet looks like? Who cares, right? You're at 20K, then you're at 10K, 15K. What does it matter? What matters is, do you have more Bitcoin at the end of the day? Can you use some Bitcoin to get more Bitcoin? That's the idea, right? So, one right now for BTC looks like a nice little buy, in my opinion. Breaking above the 200-day moving average. We're about to have a golden cross on the 1 hour. The 50 is crossing the 200-day. I like what I'm seeing here. Looks like we'll go sideways a little bit here. Playing with the 200-day moving average. Form a little bit of a flag. What makes me say that? Well, just because how I see the stochastics here. 4 hours also high, so it looks like we'll flag out a little bit here as we have to come back down. So the 4 hour, I don't like what the 4 hour is. I wait for this to come back, and this is where I would be buying in. Maybe a retest support right here. This is a region of support and resistance there. We need to hold that. We don't hold that, then the trade is negated, and we could easily come back down here and continue. But I like that we're breaking out of the pattern. Take a look at that daily. Daily's looking good for us. So if you can stomach the 4 hour, which I don't suggest, but so wait for the 4 hour to come down here. We'll be locked in with the daily, and you'll be ready to rock. It will probably take about 40 hours, something like that. Let's see the last time the stochastics were low and it was a good time to buy, which was like right around here. It only took, February 9th all the way to February 11th. 3 days. So that took 3 days right there. So we're up here. So 3 days from now, with Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe even Monday is the day where this would be the nice buy. But you could also take nibbles, man. You can always start doing nibbles. If they see bearishness, then they call the call as a put. That means they short it. Why do those contracts expire? People collect profits. So when they put a call saying Bitcoin price will hit 58K by the end of February, they take the money out. They check the TA, you know. I found a good one yesterday that has huge real world potential, in my opinion. DAG. Yeah, someone else has brought up DAG to me recently. Is it KDAG on Bit3X or DAG right here? Constellation, right? This is it. I believe this is it. Let's look at that BTC pair. I'm getting really interested in the BTC pairs. Wow, this is looking like it's kind of making a move on BTC now. Look at that. DAG in the 4 hour. Had you put one BTC, wow, you would have made 3 BTC already since January 16th. DAG doing its thing, forming a beautiful trend here. Bit of a double bottom, you know, bit of an Adam and Eve double bottom. You see that? There's your Adam, there's your Eve. Am I wrong, guys? Look, let's see that Adam and Eve double bottom. Pretty interesting to me. We don't see a lot of these too. We saw 1 inch do it back in the day. There was a few other coins, not many. A lot of it was just a cup and handle. So wow, I see what we're seeing here. Now it looks like it make a side handle too. Sometimes that just is the cup and handle too as well. But I like what we're looking at here on the 4 hour. Would come back down. Let's look at the daily on DAG BTC. Daily Stokes look great. We just had a cross on the MACD though. Lack of bearish momentum. Could have been a little stronger of a push up. We don't have too much more room. Looks like it had a beautiful run. Look for it to kind of come more sideways action. Let's extend this. Now I'm going to throw a Fibonacci on it. That could have been a possible top on that. Do we retrace down to the 618? 366 Satoshi. I don't know. Let's take a look at the tents. So it's at. So wow, the USDT pair looks a lot better right now. Look at that. Now the USDT pair looks like it wants to blast. Interesting, right? So see how the pairs are completely different. Now I'm bullish. This is breaking to the upside, man. So here, this is considered buy the breakout, right? This is when someone tells you to buy the breakout. Look, strong volume, buy the breakout. Now I never buy a breakout, but this looks really nice. This looks poised to go to the upside. So what you do is you go to the 4 hour. 4 hours also curving to the upside. It's a great sign. And even though this was going to come down, and look, this came down for the retest. This came down for a retest. This was the pattern, in my opinion. Is that the pattern too? And could we be breaking back down to the bottom of the pattern too? And that's why I get really sketched out by not buying the bottom of the pattern. Because if I'm not sure it's a complete breakout. So now I'm looking at this level here. So I want to see it make a higher high above 3, this area here, right here. We make a higher high, I'm into this, man. I'm into this. Let's see how much money we can make off of the 4 hour chart. Yep, I just want to make sure I'm happy with my pole size. No pun intended. Wow, pause. Anyway, let's take a look. 64% gains just in that short-term move. Okay. Daily is looking nice. Does the daily have a larger time frame? Let's take a look. Now about the same, you know, but yeah, I like 60% gains. We don't have to always get 10x and 20x. It's just starting out at this 5% at 3 cents. And you say it's got a pretty good team behind it, and it's an interesting coin. Someone else brought it up, and I think I half read on it. It's kind of hitting my memory, but I'm not sure. 57 likes, 57 people watching. You guys are unbelievable. Is there a ruler on Binance itself? I can't find it in my tools. Yeah. No, I don't know about that. TA on EGLD and Unify USDT pairs, please. Let's take a look at that. Shout out to Stone1YGM. Stone1, my dude. How you doing, my friend? Let's look at EGLD and Unify. Unify, man, I kept talking. I said, watch Unify, it falls uni. Remember that, guys? Watch Unify, falls uni, watch Unify. Kept talking about that over and over again. Kept talking about it. Unbelievable what it did, right? Let's take a look at EGLD. My baby, man, it's kind of taking a hit. I can't believe how much of a hit. I'm surprised that it took so much of a hit, honestly. Let's take a look at EGLD. Now you can see, though, a lot of the coins are starting to make a move. And Bitcoin doesn't look as good as they do. So what I'm trying to tell you is, like, it just looks like this is the time to accumulate Bitcoin on these pairs. Like, go into these pairs and sell them for BTC. Even if you go into a USDT pair, you can still sell it for BTC, right? And like equivalent, you can see where your money's at. Like, say you went in for 500 and it ends up with $2,000, then you buy 2 grand of BTC, right? You still made, it's still just like going into the EGLD BTC pair, right? I mean, yes and no, they don't look the same, and you may make more of a percentage on one than the other. It's not exactly the same, but what, you know, in retrospect, you'll end up with, if that's what you plan on doing, you end up with more. You do have to make 2 trades instead of 1, though. So I like this right now, man. This is a beautiful setup on the daily, right? This is everything I talk about. It really is. Is the price in a bullish pattern? Yes. The execution was 104, though, right? That was the executional buy right here at the bottom of the pattern. Now you could wait for it to break on out, but just, you know, your stop losses is not as protected. At this point, you should have got in around this area here. Stop loss, right? Even into the wick, and then stop loss on out. And at this point, your stop loss can be shaved to about 5%. In half, 3% even. You can hang out here at the bottom of the trend line. If it breaks the bottom of the trend line, this is not a bullish pattern that's going to break to the upside, and none of this is real. So there's really, like, that's what you want. You want to. It's like you don't want to be invited to the crappy party, right? This party is going to be horrible down here. So this is your exit right out before the party gets whack, right? It's kind of the idea. So if we look at EGLD, we'll zoom in here and make it bigger, so we can get comfortable with what I'm talking about. We see hidden bullish divergence right off the bat. Swing up to swing up. I mean, you want to really start establishing this fast. You want to be able to see it fast. Swing down to swing down. Tells me that the trend will continue for EGLD. Like, perfect time to get into EGLD right now at 123. 123 is the old 23. It used to be 23 at 5x. Look for this to 5x back to $500 a coin. Easy, easy. I see it going all the way up to $286 not too long from now, man. I'm really bullish on this coin. The reason is it can be used on like a computer that doesn't have a lot of, shout out to Ignorant Plebe, shout out to everyone here in the live stream, G27, Hadouken, Stone1YGM, everyone in here. Let's get the energy up. Let's get it moving. We can rule the world together. We can rule the world together. Can we get up to 100 likes today on the live stream? Can we? Can we push it? Can we push the limits? Can you share this to every single person that you've ever met in your life? TVK on Binance, BUSD, and BTC pairs. Damn, 3 pairs, man. TA on those, that's crazy. When those contact expires, FEX. Thoughts on Tron? Is it a good time to buy Bake? We'll take a look at it. I thought a good time to buy Bake was yesterday. Look at my Bake video. I actually talk about when a good time to buy Bake is on the Bake video here. This Bake video should have way more views. I think they subdued it because someone was doing funny stuff. Because this comment's really come in faster than that. That was kind of weird. I'm being, it sounds like I'm being pompous, but it is a long video though, but it's got a lot of good information, man. I really break down how to use
rewards to try to get people excited about a project.
I even wore an apron and put a nice little bakery in the background, man. Went in on that one. Had fun making I had fun doing it. I enjoy this, like, this YouTube life. Like, if I didn't make a penny, I'd still enjoy it every day, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. So take a look. Low stochastics, hidden bullish divergence. We're getting into the pink with the blue line curving up. Everything that I like. I look at the 4 hour for confirmation. I don't like that we're up here in the 4 hour. That's what worries me. The 4 hour is giving me issues lately. It's going to come back down. I want to see it come back down here. We're going to wait for the 4 hour to get down and match the daily. That is your entry for EGLD. All right. But if we do break to the upside, remember, we have levels of support and resistance. We could have a resistance at 150. But then we can gap back up to the 198 area. So not a lot of resistance. Remember, these were all-time, these were basically hitting, all-time highs. We were in price discovery is what I really wanted to say. So Neo USDT, please. Credo 17. Oi Rodney, can we do secret coin, please? Hey man, you guys know how to get your coin. If you want your coin, super chat it. I know it's funny, but throw a sticker or a super chat, ask the question, your coin's gonna get immediately answered. Let's take a look at Neo real fast. We did some TA on Neo recently, right? I like EGLD right here in this region though. I would accumulate. I made my bowl a little early, but now I'll make my bowl again. I would accumulate right here in this bowl, right? These are probably the low points. I can't believe it wicked down to $60. That's absolutely insane. That wick is scary business. That is manipulation. Let's take a look at Neo. We're right in that area. Neo 39. Neo looking very similar. We have hidden bullish divergence on Neo. We're coming back up on the stochastics. And we're moving on the 4 hours. So the 4 hour, this is one where the 4 hours working for you. You're double bottoming off of the 200-day moving average. This has a higher potential of everything that we've looked at today. This looks really nice. A lot better, right? Same thing going on here. All right. Falling wedge, 68% chance of break to the upside, comes back down. So then we have another falling wedge, kind of a smaller one. If we go to the 1 hour and take a look at that. We have another falling wedge here that we're slightly breaking out of. Let me get rid of all my work. We'll kind of look at it clean. We are in a downtrend though right now. Let me show you here. So here's the pattern that I'm seeing. It is an inverted head and shoulder though. Can we break out of the pattern? Are you okay? Check. Thank you. Almost done with the show. Thank you so much. Love you. Okay, so check it out. Me and my daughter got walkie-talkies. It's kind of fun, right? So check it out. Inverted head and shoulder. Shoulder, head, left shoulder. Can we break out of the shoulder? We need to break this line of support. We break that line of resistance, we're breaking to the upside. So this is what I see happening for Neo, right? And then we're going to obviously come back and test this last previous high. We got to break out. We got to break out. We are making a higher low. That's the beginning of a new trend. See how we're establishing a new trend right here. We also saw hidden bullish divergence on bigger time frames, telling us that the trend will continue in the bigger time frame. So I don't get a walkie. It's hilarious, right? Hadouken over. So check it out. Yeah, I like where we're at. I would start taking a nibble here, but be careful, man. High risk, high reward, right? So remember that. Stop loss somewhere in the pattern, because if we break back in, or, that's why I like to get the bottom of the pattern here. I like to be preemptive. Up, down, up. I'd say, it looks like we're going to come back down, and that's where I would snatch it. That's how we try to project these things, right? That's the idea, is to get that bottom of that pattern. And look, it even came with bullish divergence. Swing down to swing down, which I like to see that. That usually does tell me we can break out of the pattern. That's usually the catalyst, and swing up to swing up. So here's something that's very possible, is that we swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up, and we break on out of the pattern for Neo. So now we got to break support and resistance. And you can see our previous resistance is right where we're at. Our next resistance is this area here at 43, and boom, and then we can break on up to the target. So if we could get above this area here at 40, I like Neo. If we get above and we close a candle here on the 1 hour above it, it's a buy, because that means it's making a higher high and it's starting a new trend. So I like what I see for Neo right now. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. BB, what a nice person sending in the super chat. Ada keeps going, man. We should have got the Litecoin for Ada. Why are you sleeping? Why are you procrastinating? Why do you make me do all your buys? My wife makes me do all her buys. Isn't that lazy? Like, she should be a crypto lifer, but she makes me do all her buys. She's like, oh, go do it for me. Look at Ada, 119, and you were supposed to buy it. ADA breaking on out. Look, it's doing its thing on the inverted head and shoulder. Might want to open up a futures trade on ADA. Thank you, Lifer. Anytime, man. Chilean pesos. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Anytime for the super chat. ADA doing its thing. Look, I have ADA projected. Thank you so much for that super chat, man. So cool. I have ADA projected to go all the way up here to $1.64. This is a trade we've been talking about for a long time. One of the few trades that actually continued to play out is the ADA trade. You can see it's in the ascending triangle, inverted head and shoulder, breaking on out, doing its thing at 119. ADA continuing to rip. Big news for ADA, man. People are realizing what ADA really can do. Also, Mary coming out on Guggen. That's a big deal. They just came out with that news, and that's really spreading like wildfire through the internet. So ADA doing its thing. Thoughts on PundyX? PundyX has been around for a long time, but it's like, is what it is, you know? We got into ADA at 8 cents. We 10x'd at 80 cents. We 11x'd at 88 cents. We 12x'd at 96 cents. At 104, we did a 13x. At 112, we did a 14x. So now sitting here at 120, we will have done a 15x on Cardano. Shout out to anyone who got into Cardano. Turning $3,000 into $45,000. Cardano. I love you. You're amazing. Wow, the only thing making my account jump today. All right, so my friend said harvest or compound. I said always compound, then harvest, right? I'm not selling my ADA. No way, no more, way more. Oh, I wouldn't touch ADA. I would load up on ADA. Actually, I have a bunch of Litecoin that I went in at like $100, right? Like one day I had like, you know what? I ended up working a bunch of overtime and I ended up getting paid extra money. And I was like, what do I do with it? Damn, see, and Litecoin was just at 200 and we could have gotten way more ADA and ADA was low. LTC for ADA was the play literally 2 days ago. Slept on it, man. Slept on it. I was supposed to sell all my Litecoin for ADA yesterday. Waited too long. You know, that's depressing, man. But so I was going to sell at least half and add to my ADA bag, you know. I don't even care where I buy that ADA, honestly. Anything below, like, I think ADA could go to $50 a coin. You know, I have a price prediction video on ADA if you want to check it out. I wonder if it's getting more popular right now. I don't think anyone even noticed that I made that video. We'll check it out. This ADA video is pretty hot though. Goes over a lot of stuff that ADA is doing, man. They're booming, man. They really are. They're doing their thing. They're doing their thing. So check it out. We look at ADA right now. All right, right here. Trillions coming in. Why Cardano will 100x and make you a millionaire? You know. I should have said ADA will make you a millionaire. Maybe I have to rebrand. I should just rebrand and re-thumbnail this video and see if it helps it get more subscribers. I didn't clickbait it enough back then, you know. Is the 2021 bull run over? Strongest opportunity to short the market? Oh man, he'll do anything. Big boy, even with all his great information, loves that clickbait, man. Even that title freaked me out. It's like, ooh, why would he say that? You know, why are we going down the tubes? Anyway, it's funny. So anyway, let's get back into the motions. Why wouldn't you want to keep Litecoin till nimble wimble? I don't know. I just feel like Litecoin is old news, man. You know, I don't know. I just think you're selling old technology for new technology. Like if you're trying to tell me that Litecoin is positioned to make as much gains as ADA, I think you're out of your mind. Yeah, I have a SHR prediction as well. I made an SHR video. One of my first videos that I ever did on the channel in that type of sense. So check it out here too. You go to my channel, type it in, and you go down here to SHR. It was the first coin I ever went over like on my channel as a coin. Sharing, why sharing can make you a millionaire, man. I went over the team, why I like it. This is back in November. I'm talking about sharing. So shout out to everyone here as we approach 2,000 subscribers. Can we do it today? I think we will. We were at 18. We were at 1,700 this morning. We got another 200 during the live and throughout this time. So shout out to everyone supporting the Crypto Lifer, man. It really, really means the world to me. Shout out to everyone on the Patreon. Shout out to everyone on the Telegram. Follow me at Twitter at CryptoLifer33. You see, I've been posting things there all the time as well. Frontier, good time to get into some Frontier for BUSD. Look, taking a bit of a hit, falling down. 1 hour looks horrible. The daily probably looks great. It does. This is where you take nibbles, guys. You nibble down here. You nibble down here in the lows. On the lows. Look, this is set up really nicely. It's double bottoming. It's low on the 4 hour and on the daily. That's what I call a lock-in. So Frontier, man, front for BUSD. Nice time to get into some front, forming a higher low right here. Possible trend change. Now what we do, we go to that 15-minute. We try to establish bullish divergence. If we can find bullish divergence, that's what I do for a living, is establish bullish divergence. Really, that's how I live. Like, that's how I make money. Swing down to swing down. And then look, we do not have the same type. It's pretty much. Now, it's not perfect, but to me, this is more angled than that. This one's a lot flatter. It's more like that. It's a lot flatter, and this one's angled, so it is hidden. It is just regular divergence, right? So I clean up the pattern a little bit, and I think it's kind of making it something like that. And I actually think that is the bottom. And I'm going to call the bottom on front right now, publicly, and state that that is the bottom for front right there at about 253. So we may retest it one last time. We may come up and retest one last time. But the 21 curving up like that, tells me no. Tells me no. So I like what I'm seeing here right now for front. Double bottoming off of the previous support here. And it doesn't have a lot of resistance. Once Frontier starts to move. There's also some really good pools for front right now on the pancake swap. So that's also interesting. So if you get some front, you can get some swap action with it. Shout out to anyone who got into birthday cake with me. Apparently their site crashed. But let's all just relax, because hopefully that's a good thing. People can't sell. It's so horrible, right? But yeah, people can't sell. So 154% coming out of front BUSD. I like front. I don't have any front right now, and this is a good time to buy some front, in my opinion. You took that 1 hour and wait for it to come back down, then your 4 hour, your 1 hour, and your daily would be set to match. And that would be the most patient buy in your life. Did you ever look at Cake USDT? Let's take a look at Cake. Let's just keep it rolling. But I like front right there. The site me saying that trading is high risk right now, which it is. And to be careful, because this could continue down. We could see a Bart Simpson pattern. Anything is possible. Tight stop losses here at the bottom of the pattern here. If I went in on this right now, even here, 13% stop loss. And that's even a little high for me. I would have liked to have gotten in at the bottom of the pattern, right? But we'll take it. 14% stop loss from where we're at, but just close. It's tough, though. That's why I don't like to buy there. It's very risky. To me, that's a lot of risk that you're taking. See, everyone else would just look, no. I look at risk every penny, man. Trade every dollar like it would be your last. Defend thy purse all the time. I might wait for this to break out, hit this resistance, come down, and then find support, and that will be my next positional buy. Should we take profits on ADA? If you're in ADA, I'll show you how to take profits on ADA. Let's take a look at ADA real quick, and then we will jump over to Algo now. 59 people watching, 63 likes. Thank you guys so much for jumping on into the live stream. Maybe we should do the live stream at 12, man. Out of control, right? Okay, so he went through ADA. I didn't tell him when to buy, though. Let's take a look. Wow, 23 now and booming. Now it's getting a little hungered, man. Makes me want to jump into a futures trade with ADA right now. So what you do is you go to that 4 hour and you look for the 21-day moving average, which we're just like not too far. We're far, but not too far. And it has to curve up with it. So right now, no. At the present moment, no. And the Stokes aren't high enough. So I would not sell my ADA. It looks like there's way more to come. I would sell ADA at the target of 150. That's psychological support, 150 area, or even at my bigger target here at 165. I would not touch My ADA coins, man. Wow, it makes me want to just see where ADA is. All right, so check it out. 123, almost going to 124. ADA continuing to pump. And so if you want to know if the pump will continue, look at the 1 hour. And the 1 hour, yeah, you know, so if you want to take small profits, maybe the 1 hour, right? But you know what, man? On a project this good, just starting to break out after consolidation in this area for like consolidated since the 21st, nice week of consolidation. Now it's starting to pump heavy. Yeah, ADA breaking out, man. ADA doing its thing. ADA is doing its thing for sure. Missed opportunity. Should have sold some Litecoin for ADA. Honestly, in my opinion. Draw a parabola on ADA. Oh yeah, ADA is going to continue up to the upside. Okay. Let's get back into Algo. BTC. Let's take a look. I just wanted to show. He asked one question about ADA. Let's look at Algo real fast. Algo at $1, man. Coming back down. Doing the double bottom thing at the bottom of the pattern. But it is not interacting with the 200-day. Let's see if it is. Yeah, it is here, though. So, Algo. I like where Algo. This is the double bottom at the bottom of the pattern. This is kind of where things start to begin, right? We saw a hidden bullish divergence probably on a smaller time frame right around there. And now, boom. I see Algo positioned to go all the way up to $2.44. $1 is the next place for Algo. Also see hidden bullish divergence here. 4 hour is low on the stochastics, and we want to come to the upside. So I like that. Remember, we were up here. I said, we got to wait. This was a couple days ago. I said, wait till it was Wednesday on the live stream. And I said, don't touch it all till Friday afternoon, maybe even Saturday. I said it came a little quicker because it rebounded faster. I thought we would get lower, and it would have been Saturday. You see what I'm saying? We go to that daily. The daily's ready to rip. This is where you get into these coins. This is where you make a huge buy into algorithm. This is what I'm serious. I'm serious. So check it out. Check it out. ADA 122. We like that. Look, $5 for 1 inch, baby. Let's clap up for 1 inch. For everyone who got into 1 inch with me at 380, man, and we are doing them. A very small trade now, actually turning out into be a bigger trade, making $200 off of $500 in this kind of funny market too. Look at that. Up $193 on a $498 buy on a $144 1 inch that I will not even consider selling. Now I have a big old bag of 1 inch. I got 196 1 inch here, 144 1 inch here, and I have another bag of 1 inch. How much 1 inch do I hold in total? People would like to know, wouldn't they? I would let you know how much 1 inch I have. Let me see. How much 1 inch do I got, guys? Show me my 1 inch. Hold on. I won't be rude because I just want to see here. 1 inch. I hold 791 1 inch. That's $4,000 worth of 1 inch. Yes. I don't even know how I did that. I slowly accumulated it without even realizing it. Like, I didn't even realize I have that much 1 inch. I started buying 1 inch at $1.34 though, and I bought some more in these levels, and now I'm considering, hey, why not get it at 386 on the low? Where I'm supposed to, right? I'm starting to learn my lessons, guys. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm buying my coins on the daily when we're low on the stochastics. Starting to peak out. $5 for 1 inch. So we're starting to see some movement now in these altcoins. As Bitcoin goes sideways, it looks like ADA is leading the way. Little slight sell-off too, and that's that 1 hour candle getting high. See when the 1 hour got oversold there, stochastics got low. People took a little profit. You go to the 15 minutes, see what's going on. Just some people taking profits. Coming back for that retest of the 21-day moving average, you can see on the 1 minute. Stay away from the 1 minute, guys. Just ride these out when they look good. Like, go to the daily, see that the daily is low, and know that you have way more room for ADA to go to the upside. And just ride ADA. Tell yourself when you make a trade, you're going to be in it for 2 to 3 weeks. Don't tell yourself you're going to make money in 3 days. Stop doing that. That is hurting you. That is making you trace things you don't need to trace. Ben Timmerman, ADA to the moon. Shout out to Ben Timmerman. Are you related to Lance Timmerman, my good friend? Cryptotech, yes sir. Cryptotech, nice to see you here. Shout out to everyone here. What's up, Hadouken? Shout out to Christopher Daniel. How do you feel about Raven coin? I think Raven's great. I really like Raven, man. Raven's awesome. Let's take a look at Algorithm. I like Algo. We went over Algo. Algo is a screaming buy right now at $1. You could load up on more Algo if you can, if you have the cojones. So how would you enter ADA on futures now? If I wouldn't trade futures, man, if I didn't have to, right? Like, look, if I was going to trade futures on ADA, I look at the 15 minute and the 1 minute, all right? I'd wait for them both to be set at the bottom. So I wouldn't touch futures till they come down here. I'd put an alert here. That's going to take, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 times 10 is 70. 7 times 5, that's 105 minutes. It's going to take 2 to 3 hours for the 15 minute to reset. Then I would also wait for the 1 minute to kind of continue to do its thing. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, you know. They might match up in 3 hour period. That's when I would trade a futures trade when the 15 minute stochastics and the 1 minute stochastics are both low. Not until then. And that's how I would trade futures. Okay. I would then establish the 15 minute, 1 minute. I would look at it and I would look for this pattern right here on the 15 minute chart. Swing down to swing down, which is divergence. I'd look for swing up or a flat period here on the RSI, which is right here. And then I would establish the position in my futures trade. I would make my first position there. I wouldn't buy the whole position. I'd buy a third of it. I'd make sure this candle closed. I would buy another third of it. Then I would play the game through the moving averages. As we got above the 21-day moving average, I would then take a stop loss. This is how I trade futures, no lie. Once I got in, stop loss here below the divergence, right? As we continue to move, stop loss got to be small, 1, 2% too. As we continue to move, candle breaks up above the 200-day moving average. The 21, test the 21. My stop loss now is the 21-day moving average. Now as this moves up above the 50, my stop loss now gets brought up to the 50-day moving average. Now this moves up above the 80 to the 100. I hide out. But once I see that we're above and this 100 crosses here, stop loss here. And then at this point, I can feel if we're going to break above the 21. We break above the 21, right? Now your stop loss is the 21. This is how you use the moving averages to get yourself through the trade, okay? No one teaches this. This is my own futures trading course. If you want to take it, it's $100 an hour. I will sit with you. I will pound this through your head until you figure it out, all right? And then I get out when we're above the 200-day moving average. And that's how I trade futures. So I would wait for this pattern to occur yet again on the 15-minute. I use this pattern over and over again. I wait for it. I find it. I scalp it. I nail it. I wait for the pattern to come out. It happens 2 to 3, 4, 5 times a day. That's how I trade futures. I found a pattern that I liked. I found out how to figure out the pattern. I found a divergence, how to enter the pattern. I found out an entire system. And then I have a checklist. The checklist is, are we in a bullish pattern? This would have been a falling wedge. So even when I got into this, my checklist was, yes, it's a falling wedge that breaks out 68% of the time. Then my checklist also would have said, is the MACD turning in a bullish way with the blue line curving towards the red line, or are we in the pink? I would have said yes. I said, the stochastics low. And I would say, yeah, we kind of have the divergence here on the stochastics too. So this is your second hole. That goes their second hill. That's the same as this. So yes, low stochastics. That's a good sign too. And then, so that's my checklist. 1, 2, 3. Then are the moving averages curving towards bigger ones? Yeah, I see the 21 kind of doing a thing. It's doing a little bit of a curve action. We wouldn't have seen that yet. So it's hard. You can't use that on these smaller time frames, but you can see it here, and this starts to establish the move, okay? So all these things in conjunction with each other are how I enter a pattern. Then is the price at the bottom of the pattern? Yeah, that happens to be, that always comes with the divergence. So because I'm chasing divergence, I also chase the bottom of the pattern. These things come and create a probability for me to create a profitable trade. That's how I trade them. That's how I do them. Anyone who just sold their ADA was a fool. I'm telling you right now. That 124 is going to get crushed. ADA is going to have a beautiful day today and probably never go back below $1 again for the rest of its existence. Someone asked if this was a good time to buy Bake. I said it was a good time to buy Bake at a 119, 120 yesterday. I said I really like the regions where we're at. You know, we had bounced back up. We were in this region. I think we're doing a double bottom here. I think we're getting a resurgence in alts. You can smell it. You can feel it. We're getting the 4 hour ready to rock here on Bake. So if you're getting into Bake, this is a good time to enter Bake, man. I bought some more Bake yesterday just to enter a pool. I liked where we're at with Bake. So yeah, I see Bake going all the way to $4.21. We started buying Bake at 40 cents. So shout out to everyone on the live stream. Thank you guys so much for joining. I remember Algo at 26 cents not that long ago. So do I. So probably a distant cousin. He's Belgian. Are you Belgian? Interesting. Oliver, so how would you enter ADA on futures now? Wait for it to consolidate. Oliver, I think I just nailed you, man, and gave you the trade of your life. So that's how you do it. That's how you trade. You want to trade futures? I just gave you basically my tutoring session in a nutshell, but I would show you far more extra things and things that will really help you make sense of it. So we look at Adam now. Adam kind of forming a similar idea here. Swing down to swing down on the 200-day moving average. Adam double bottoming. Adam also has the hidden bullish divergence on it. So, hey. How do you feel about Raven? I like Raven coin. I do. I really do. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. 64 people watching, 68 likes. You guys are awesome, man. Did you look at Cake USDT? Let's take a look at Cake. I didn't go into Cake in depth, and I should. It's one of my biggest holdings, and I love my Cake. Now, Cake starting to bounce off of the 706 Fibonacci level, okay? Let me remove my work, and we'll pull up a Fib 9 now on Cake. This is where things really start to change. You want to understand a trend change. Trend changes, especially in a bull run, are a big deal. Our first higher low in a long time. Look, low, lower low, lower low. Especially on the 4 hour, right? Which is chunky monkey style, meaning these candles mean a lot. That's what I mean. The daily's even more chunky. Look how chunky these daily candles get. See? They're like chunko bars. Anyway, this is a beautiful pattern, really, if you look at it. This is like the pattern that the 1 minute makes or the 4 minute makes. Look at that. Falling wedge, low on the stochastics, coming down with hidden bullish divergence. Swing up to swing up tells me that the trend will continue. Perfect time to get into Cake right now at 12.54. Probably easily double up. Where is Cake going? I'm going to show you right now where Cake is going. Length of the pole to the 21-day moving average. Gives me my extended bull run projection target of $29 for Cake. I almost might just, if Cake goes to $29, the 60 cents will have turned into a 50x or more. Let's take a look at that. Cake and at 60 cents, I just still can't get over it. If it goes to $29 and 55 cents, I don't want to cheat myself, not a penny here. A 49x, you could have put $1,000 to turn into $49,000. Also started buying Cake on that 209 dip. I'll never forget it. So if you had like 2,000 in at about a buck, so 209 divided by 60, target of 3.48, right? You divide that 3.48 by that 29. Damn, no, 29 divided by 3.48. No. Why is it doing that? Yeah, 8.3. It's not right. I'm messing up right now. But it's a 15x. 2 to 30, man. It's a 15x, right? Unbelievable. So, even more though, the 60 cent. I can't get over, man. I can't get over Cake. So, I see Cake continuing to the upside. I really liked Cake right here on the 4 hour. I think it's going to break on out soon. I think ADA's kind of starting this run. It's setting everyone, you know what? Alts are about to rip. So the ADA BTC probably kicking butt right now too, right? ADA BTC was the play. Let's take a look at ADA BTC. Cardano, man. I really like Cake. Good analysis of Cake. Thanks. Got it a minute ago after the double bottom. Yeah, I really think Cake is going to do its thing, man. And I'm not trying to blow smoke up my own position. I am disclosing I love Cake and I'm into Cake heavy. But dude, it is what it is. Like, I'm really happy with how I just saw that daily form, you know? I waited it out. Couldn't believe what I'm going to see now, being patient with my Cake. So look at ADA on the 4 hour. We see ADA going all the way up here. So this is making moves right now. Just in today alone, had you bought ADA this morning, could have made a nice half a Bitcoin on a Bitcoin. Unbelievable, right? Made a nice 20K off of ADA. If you put one Bitcoin in here on this trade, Bam, right? So ADA is going to be Bitcoin, right? Now ADA up is doing its thing. I like this. 1 inch now continuing to rip up 30%. So now we're getting some life in the market, guys. Some life in the market. Bake waking up at 133. Everyone is waking up. Band coming up. We're seeing a resurgence of the alts. It's a movement of the altcoins. 128. Yes, starting to break out, guys. Today is going to be a fun day. Thursday. Best pool to get into on the bakery swap. It's up to you, man. You got to do what you think is best. Completely up to you. I think right now it's the best pool right now is the donut. The donut pool, 149%. Thoughts on Bunny? Got it staked. Wondering if it will see 160 region again. I do believe that. Let's take a look. I don't know. Can we look at Bunny? Does Bunny come up here? Pancake Bunny. It doesn't. I'll find a chart for it though. Charts.cointrader.pro. All right. I'm going to look at Bunny. Bunny coin USD. There you go. Pancake Bunny. We'll know if it's the right price, right? No, this ain't it. This ain't it. It's hard to find Bunny. Really is. You know, I finally realized I could stake my Bunny, man. Bunny token. This could be it though too, right? On Coin Paprika. Pancake Bunny, baby. Yeah. It's doing the same thing though. Hidden bullish divergence. Tells me that the trend will continue. This is just a little downtrend. Chainlink did this and then continued to the upside. I'll show you this on many coins. Bitcoin did this when we went to 50K, 42K and came back to 29.5 and then boom. I think this is just a good sign of a strong trend. I know it's insane, but I've seen it so many times. As long as you don't make a lower low and we continue back up, this is going to continue up. Yeah, I do see this well above 190 at one point, right? It's making the falling wedge. So we look at the 4 hour, try to get a little more structure in this pattern, and we see it here. And I'll show you right here. We just have a falling wedge. And look, we're low on the stochastics in the 4 hour. This is where you want to buy, guys. You guys have the perfect buy time now. The fear that those deep dips the last few days were really, they set you up now to be in position. To be in position, right? When things started to crash from the top, this is the big fear. This is where you want to jump in. Then they settle off. Now they're ready for the buybacks. So this might come back down here one more time, though. I see this. Look, down, up, down. So it's a level. If Bunny breaks this level, it comes back down to 26 bucks. So there's a chance people just get this to sell it off. So remember that too, man. It is what it is. Thanks for all the content. Anytime, Charlie. Anytime. Crypto, what is the deal with B-Day Cake? B-Day Cake had an issue. They said that it's okay. They know about it. Doge can hit 10 cents with the alt craze. Yes, Doge will. It's best a minute. It's been a minute since I came to the stream, brother. You've turned into full guru status, brother. Super proud of you. Thank you so much, JD. J to the D, man. You're the man, dude. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Shout out to everyone here. 69 likes, 68 people watching, man. When we match the likes with the watches, you don't see that on many channels. You don't see that on many channels. So, Pancake Bunny, man, I think it could come back down here to 26. Scary business, I know. I know. But don't worry, man. If it does that, it breaks on out of the pattern. And I see it right back over 200 one day. I do. And I'm not worried about it. And if it doesn't, I got all my Pancake Bunny for free like most of us, right? So that's another thing, man. People treat this thing like, you know. Thank you so much for the donation, man. Really appreciate that. That means the world to me. First Utopia. You're the man, dude. Thank you for the info. Anytime, man. Thanks for all the content. Not much volume on ADA anymore. Don't worry about it, though. Don't stress it. ADA doing its thing. Did it get sold off again at 125? Big coin, big market cap. So a move like that is nice for ADA. Nice for ADA. All right, let's take a look at the news for Bitcoin, and then we're going to run on out of here for the day. 11:41. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Thank you for being here. It's a beautiful sunny day, man. You know, remember at the beginning of the stream I said it's a good trade to get into Bitcoin down here at the bottom of the pattern and to trade it from 45.9 if you got lucky, 46,000. Look, exactly like we talked about. We went over this 2 hours ago, guys, and there's the trade. We told you to enter here at about 45.9 if you could on a wick, and look, it wicked down to a what? 45.833 exactly. Or I said 45.8. I can't make this stuff up. It was based off these candles closing right here. And look, bam. And I said get into the I should have actually got into it. I don't know why I don't take my own trades because I'm so into the live stream. I actually wanted to open up a futures trade live in front of everybody to show you guys because, dang, man, that futures trade would have killed it already. And look, we're going to probably go up to here, 49,600, and then we're going to break back down to the downside. Don't get too excited. Now, if we break up, we could break up. We'll see. But right now, I'm still pretty bearish on Bitcoin's bigger correction due to the daily time frame, 3-day time frame, right? So, but anything is possible, my friends. Anything is possible for Bitcoin. That $1 billion buy, you've heard about that? $4.8 billion buy? Are you kidding me? The Midas touch. You seen this? Oh, 4.8 billion. Surprise. No. Just type in the word Bitcoin buy, and this will make it all. MicroStrategy buys more than 1 billion. Yo, this is Tesla buys. Kathy Woods, where is this? No. It was like Dubai or something. I don't know. Yeah, Dubai businessman pledged 4.8 billion Bitcoin investment. Dubai businessman pledged a 4.8 Bitcoin investment. Curran Shroff pledged a $4.8 billion investment. Miami 2.0 blockchain strategy could transact 200 billion per day. The IBC Group and Burke Hanover, inspired by the Miami mayor's dedication to blockchain. A Dubai tycoon, Curran Shroff, pledged 100,000 Bitcoin worth $4.8 billion, launching the Miami 2.0 Blockchain Strategy Foundation. Shroff pledged 4.8 billion Bitcoin too. The post-Dubai businessman pledged the investment appeared first on CoinKura, last cryptocurrency on news. Dubai businessman pledged $4.8 billion investment. Pretty nuts, man. Making the largest Bitcoin investment in history is proof of our commitment to assisting cities adopt blockchain, which we see as the key to enabling widespread adoption. Burke has over $1 billion worth of Miami real estate projects in its pipeline. In addition, Miami Mayor Francis Suarez resolve towards blockchain inspires both the IBC Group and Burkhan. Thus, both are looking forward to being a part of Miami's strategic tech vision. Furthermore, Miami is also a pioneer of blockchain tech adoption. In fact, it became the first city to run on blockchain in the United States. In addition to Shroff pledge, there are so many investors investing huge amounts into Bitcoin. Following these investments, the crypto market had a huge rise. Several cryptos have also recently seen new all-time highs. Yo, that is insane. ADA bullish price $2 to $3, says famous YouTuber. Who was the famous YouTuber? That'd be cool if one day that's me. Right. Let's see. JR in Crypto Analysis claims he is more bullish on Cardano in the long term. In fact, ADA price market doubled in 2 weeks, from 44 cents on February all the way to $1.04. Moreover, ADA records 177.5% gains in the past month. JRNY Crypto expects Cardano to be more in the spotlight following the announcements of its major network upgrade, Mary. We talked about Mary earlier. I talked about how it implements into Google. Sam and Fam loved the late night bake video last night. Great energy. I know I came in late, but one question. Is cake equal to bake in terms of holding? Thanks, Sam. I think there's just more potential. Yes, thank you, baby. We're out. Storage BTC 1 day, please. Matic and Luna doing its thing. Thank God, Matic doing its thing. Let me take a look at my futures trade. See if I stayed in it. It was tough. Some of these trades are tough.
So, you're done. Are you done with your video?
We'll look at that later. Pledged, man. Part 2 question. If we buy bake and stake bake shortly after, will the bake we buy first benefit our staking process, or is that separate since we have to use BNB in the bake staking process? No, whatever bake you get and you stake, you get it. Now, if you do the LP token, that's different. But we buy first benefit our staking process, or is that separate? No. You stake that bake. Unless you want to put it in the liquidity pool. Regardless, you're going to get paid, right? So anyway, shout out to everyone here on the live stream, man. As we wind down into the news. I know it's the saddest part of the day for me when we end the live stream, right? But we got through it. We did it as a team. Yeah, we made it.
Yeah.
73 likes. Could we get to 100? We almost did yesterday.
No, Daddy.
Wow, that's loud, my love. You're the best, though. Remember, that microphone goes right into my ears, honey. Whoa. Thank you, though. I hate to be rude. You're the best. I'm a mean daddy now. Give me a kiss.
No, Daddy.
Oh, so you do it again. Interesting. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, she's the best, though. Price size the worst weekly slide since March of 2020. Yep. March, man. They love it. Institutional investors are buying the dip, though. Thanks for all that analysis today, brother. Anytime, man. Anytime. A big correction in the crypto market is underway, putting Bitcoin's rally on track for the worst weekly price loss in almost a year. The world's leading digital asset has been showing signs of weakness since the start of the week, amid wider losses in the stock market. It's getting hairy for Bitcoin. Ripple backed Flare Networks to integrate XLM as an F asset. Flare will be integrating XLM as an F asset, bringing XLM to scalable smart contracts and trustless gateway to Stellar. Decentralization is far too important for maximalism. Ecosystems must be united. The F asset protocol is to try and enable the movement of tokens from networks such as XRP Ledger. So the XRP token onto Flare so that it can be used with the Ethereum smart contracts we were discussing a second ago, so that we can essentially build this rich application environment for these sources of value that do not currently have access to smart contracts. And I think it's all going to get connected to the Binance Smart Chain, any chain that you're in. So cute. You're rich already. Thank you so much, G27. Thank you so much, everybody in the live stream. Shout out to all you guys. Don't make me blush. You gotta love the kids, man. Gabriel Reynoso. Shout out to Love Learning. Shout out to Credo. Shout out to G27. Shady Baby. Love Learning. Ignorant Plebe. Undisciplined Trader. What do you think about XLM? I love XLM. Lifer on a roll. Storage. Matic and Luna doing its thing. Let's go. Let's go. Bitcoin and equities show higher correlations as the bond sell-off continues. For the past 2 weeks, the 10-year treasury yields have been traded as high as 1.6%, the highest level since February. The rising makes investors feel nervous that it could be driven by inflation, not economic recovery. Meanwhile, Bitcoin could turn into insurance against unhinged monetary policies. So what I'm telling you, man, selling the spike in the bond market. In the past 2 weeks, the 10-year usury yield has risen by 48 basis points. Compared to 1.13 recorded on February 10th, it briefly went above 1.6, which is the highest level in a year. The impressive surge can be credited to investors being forced to close their bullish positions on Treasury futures. Considering this year, the 10-year yield shows that the same bearish signs faced by other markets. There are particularly Australian, New Zealand, European government bonds that have also been weakening for a long time. Overall, 12-month basis, inflation remains below 2%. Long-run objective, he added, please. It's way higher than that, but the risk is growing with so many bubbles blown by the Fed. Something will burst soon. The new system is looking very much like the old system. Isn't this what Bitcoin was alternative to? Something different. In essence, the actual correlation to the US dollar and the fiat system. There's some correlation to the S&P right now. I'll be honest.
What happened to my walkie-talkie?
Hold it for a while. You gotta hold it hard, baby. It'll come on.
It's not coming.
It'll come on, sweetie. Did you drop it? It's loose here. So look. Yeah, you dropped it and you knocked out your batteries, honey. You're ready to go. All right. Power Dad. Live on camera. You know, that's how you be a dad, live on camera, guys. You know, Coinbase weighs in on the risks of revealing Satoshi's identity. Coinbase publicly announced their SEC filing to go public. The filing mentions Satoshi's identity in the list of risk factors, highlighting the challenges Coinbase faces. Satoshi Nakamoto's share of Bitcoin could move markets if ever sold. Want to learn how to trade? How do they know the identity? Coinbase filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to go public, which includes a risk of revealing Satoshi's identity. Satoshi Nakamoto was a pseudonym used to refer to the person or a group of individuals who created Bitcoin. Nakamoto was responsible for formulating Bitcoin's original white paper called Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, back in October 2008, with the Genesis block being mined on the 3rd of January 2009. From the name, the community that assumed that Nakamoto was a Japanese individual, although the impeccable use of the English language in the white paper contradicts this notion. Although to this date, the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto remains unknown, several speculations and claims are running back within the cryptocurrency community. There are several who have been called Nakamoto: Dorian Nakamoto, Nick Szabo, and the creator of smart contracts and BitGold, Hal Finney, whose BTC address was used to receive the first ever Bitcoin. He is dead though. Hal Finney died. It's kind of a crazy story when it comes to him. Hope she's got a support contract Right? That's funny, right? You guys are funny, man. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Thank you guys so much for jumping on in. Satoshi's influence on the Bitcoin market still holds. Interesting. Would we find out who Satoshi is? I kind of never want to know. I got a little sad when I heard that. You'd think I'd be excited, but I kind of just never want to know. Grayscale confirms it is considering making new products on Chainlink, ADA, Polkadot, and XMR, and others. Like derivatives, something, right? Here's what you should know about Bitcoin. Collateralized futures. BitMEX led to the initial change. I don't think you guys want to hear all that. Trading, well, that got ruined when all the institutions bought BTC up. Grayscale eyes altcoins amid increasing competition for Bitcoin investments. Yeah, they have Aave, Basic Attention Token, Cardano. These are what they think they're going to get in. Among the named assets are currently under consideration: Aave, Basic Attention Token, Chainlink, Compound, Cosmos, Filecoin, Flow, LivePeer, MakerDAO. I don't even know what LivePeer is, so we should buy some of that. Stack, Sushi Swap. I got Sushi. Synthetics. I got some of that. Tezos got that. The Graph. I'm telling you right now, you want the Graph. The Graph is hot. Synthetics, the Graph, Uniswap. Things are going to change, man. They can see how the moving space is forwarding. You want to get the pieces that are going to create the future of finance. Synthetics. Don't sleep on Synthetics. It may not have moved as much as the other coins. It may be on the sleep, but do not sleep on Synthetics. With that being said, I'm going to look at Synthetics, and then I'm going to jump on out of here for the day. Satoshi equals Elon. That would be hilarious if it is Elon Musk. I don't know. I think that would be too obvious, but hey, anything is possible. Look at Coinbase largest buys the last quarter. Institutions take the cake. Would it be worth $100 of it all to get $100 of all? I think that would be a smart idea. Buy $100 of every single one of those things. Hey, if that's what you had to lose, you know. We were gonna look at one last coin, SNX, before we got out of here. Holding that $19 level, so SNX doing its thing too. A lot of these trades got kiboshed. But look, swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down, hidden bullish divergence, breaking to the upside here. Okay, breaking to the upside here. I like what I'm seeing. Falling wedge. Let's go to the 4 hour, look for a better move. Double bottom coming out of the falling wedges. See what I'm saying, guys? This is what I see. I just negate that double hill. We brought back into the pattern. We're testing higher high, forming a new trend. These are significant in a bull run. The second higher low, that's where you really want to start establishing yourself. I like what I'm seeing here for Synthetics. About to do some big things. Also, if we put the Fibonacci, you will see that it probably hit the 0.618 level, right? This will be the last thing we do, and then I'll be jumping on out of the live stream. So thank you guys so much. We're winding down. You can see the energy. I am compressing. Bake or Lena? I'm only asking because someone was saying it's a good long term. Just curious. I've never heard of Lena, man. I don't know anything about it. I don't. I'm sorry. You guys know more stuff than I do, guys. Trust me. We all are learning about a new coin every day, and every one of us is learning about something different every single day. So I can possibly never know about every single coin you guys are rocking with because it just would be impossible. And to answer our question, yes, we hit the 618 retrace on SNX. So sell at the top, buy at the SNX. So go to the 4 hour. Or go to the 1 hour if it's a smaller coin and buy, sell when you're above the 21-day moving average and when you're very high on the stochastics RSI. And then you can get back in when you bounce off the 618, the Fibonacci level. That's where the Fibonacci comes from. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope I started your day off right. Thank you guys so much for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. We will move forward tomorrow with more amazingness and amazing news. Thank you guys so much for being here every single day and being a part of it. If you came to my channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Let's say it together. As you know, the mantra is coming. Crypto is life. So 1, 2, 3, baby. And we're going to say it together. Crypto is life. Thank you guys so much. I could never do it without you. Every single one of you guys here on the live, blasting out your names: Willie Brown, Undisciplined Trader, Love Learning, First Utopia, Charlie Hatch, G27, J to the D, Oliver, Tenacious Tim, Chris Hatch, JV Supreme, G27, Timmerman, Trade Intuition, Christopher Daniel, Hadouken, Yippee-Ki-Yay, Shady Baby, every single one of you, Charlie Hatch, Yippee-Ki-Yay, JK Animation, BB, my baby, Shady Baby, Credo17, Ignorant Plebe, Stone One YGM, Noel, Hadouken, my man, Jesse B, Gabriel Reynoso, Health Camp, Lou Havlard, Willie B, every single one of you guys. Wow, we had a lot of comments. Rodelman, Smoochy, Juicy, wow, man, JV Supreme, Robert Cox up in the Bix, XERP, Muser, The Undisciplined Trader, Fun in Israel, KKK, JV Supreme, Mix, Jasol, Brian G, J. Paluk, Coste Gonzalez, Mark Klein, Levi 502, Charlie Hatch, Lord Vero, even Don't Know, and every single one of you that came in to the live stream. I'll see you on the next one. I love y'all. Crypto is life.